morning, everybody. Ben and Woods, 97.3 The Fan. Why did you isolate me?
Were you committed to a mental institution over the weekend?
It's getting closer and closer every day, my friend. I did not know I was going to be on isolation. Yeah, they've driven me insane. So insane that I shaved my head on a Friday. Yeah. I was wondering if he was going to put me just front and center. And I wondered this morning, should I just wear a hat and ease into it? And then I thought, no. Yeah, scared the crap out of people, man.
It looks comfortable.
It's so, I'll tell you the impetus for it in a moment.
How many times have you ran your hands?
In the shower, it's the best. You tiny little dollop of shampoo, and then it's done. I feel like I've saved 7 minutes already in total. Yeah, I'm like Britney Spears right now. Thank you, Padres, for forcing such a drastic change. But no, I'm Woodsy, by the way. Welcome to Ben and Woods. Great to be here with you on a Monday. I wish we had a series win to talk about. We don't. We have a series loss to talk about again. So here we are. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl, executive producer of the program. Good morning, Paulie.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Ben Higgins, your friendly neighborhood sports anchor and NASCAR aficionado.
Good morning.
Joins us as well.
Good morning and welcome. And I hope everybody had a very nice Father's Day yesterday.
Now, Father's Day was amazing. It was so great. I will get into that in a moment.
Yeah.
So I just lied. It wasn't great, and I'll tell you why. My kids were amazing. My wife was incredible. It's not their fault, and not by a long stretch. They were fantastic. So Friday comes around. We're off that day, and I had been planning on getting a haircut. And it was hot. It was like warm. I was out. I was running errands. I was like, ugh, and my hair was getting longer. So I kind of casually pitched it to the missus. Hey, I was thinking about shaving my head. Can you do a chat GPT and see what I'd look like with a shaved head? And because we do that for our kids sometimes. And so she did it and held it up. And I go, oh, yeah. She goes, there's no guarantee your head is actually shaped that way.
It's a good point.
And I go, you're right. Like, all right, I won't do it. And I said, I really want to. So later on, that's some time. And I go, hey, Bo's on his way back from camp. He's going to get dropped off. I'm just going to run down and get a haircut. She goes, okay, no problem. So I go down. As soon as I walk in, I see the guy. And he's this like, his name is Zeke. And he's a good kid. And he is the most, if you put him in hey, let's make a skit about Southern California surfers, like San Diego. He's like, oh, what's up, dude? I haven't seen you in so long, bro. I'm like, yeah, how you doing, man? He's like, dude, I be great, man. I be skating, dude. And that's how they talk. They say, I be. Have you heard this?
I be. Yeah.
I be. Dude, I be just grinding, man. And I'm like, I can either sit here for an hour and have him cut my hair, or I can just have him shave it.
Oh, that only takes about 10 minutes.
One would think. So this is a real double whammy here.
Oh, no.
So Zeke's my guy, dude. And he's like, I'm like, hey, man, I'm thinking about taking it down. He's like, dude, I love it, man. I be doing it all the time. I'm like, all right. He goes, what do you think? Like a 4 or 3? I go, what about like a 3? We'll start with a 3. And if it's, he's like, all right. So I literally figured he'd be like, clean up the sides, trim up the back, and I'm out. I thought 7 minits tops. I was in there 45 minutes.
Wow.
As he's touching up every little thing. So fine, no problem. He shaves it. And I got to tell you, I needed an energy change, right? And there's a lot of energy you carry in your hair. And I just said, you know what? I'm going to shave it, clean slate, right? Just get it, start the summer this way. And I've done this before, but it's been a long time. And he did it, and I went, oh, my God, that is severe. Now, it's not much shorter than it was. My hair will grow out in a while, and I'll look, I guess, normal again. But, man, when I walked into the house and my kids saw it, Taylor goes, I hate it. And Bo's like, oh, I like it. So, I mean, it's standard. Like, Bo's got my back. Taylor hates it. Hannah was like, wow, you really did it. So she kind of likes it now. It looks good. When I have sunglasses on, I look good. I look cool, actually, with sunglasses on. I can't wear sunglasses in here. I'm a total doucher if I do. I mean, I could. Stern does it, but he's Stern. So if I was going to put my shades on, you guys are like, oh, you look kind of cool. without
It's
when I have to put these on though, problem.
It's
Yeah.
shocking.
Ooh,
It's shocking.
I think everyone's not used to it.
Yeah.
It doesn't look bad. I do question the decision process of because it's hot and I don't want to spend a lot of time
Yeah.
in the barber's chair. That was the deciding factor of you changing your look.
It was up there. It just was. I was ready for a change. You know, I mean, my wife came home one time with pink hair, and I flipped out. Now I think it looks incredible. Like when she doesn't have her pink hair, I'm like bummed. She looks so sexy and beautiful with it. And so, yeah, I just was like, let's just do it, dude. Just get it off. I just wanted a fresh start. Now, let me tell you what a genius I thought I was. So the minute I walk in the door is first pitch on Friday. I sit down on the couch, and Jacob deGrom.
They turned the whole thing. The whole season was turned around.
There's Jacob deGrom. He's on the bump, and I'm like, good Lord, he is throwing gas. Woo, man, it's gonna be a long night. Boom, 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 boom. 5 runs, and I'm like, oh my God, the energy change worked. It worked.
We solved the problem.
He just scored. They scored 5 runs off of deGrom in the first inning. Oh my God, I'm a genius. This bit is going to be. I'm going to have people all over San Diego shaving their heads. Win the World Series. Then the bottom half of the inning came around, and Randy Vasquez gives up 6 runs, and I'm like, oh, I wish I had my hair back at this point. So then, to make matters worse, so the energy has definitely shifted, Ben, but I don't know that it's shifted in a positive light. Part of this is your fault, by the way. I'm blaming
My
you.
fault?
Yes. Remember when I said to him, Paulie, last week, hey, here are my options for Father's Day. I can A, stay home with my family, as a lot of fathers do. B, go out to Otay Mesa, which is 48 miles from my home, and play a baseball game.
Right.
C, have my family come with me out to Otay Mesa to watch me play baseball. Pretty standard on Father's Day. And Ben said, just go play. Just go play. A lot of guys go golfing. They don't bring their families with them. It's normal, right? You golfed, I'm sure. Did you golf?
I did with my dad on Sunday or Saturday.
Saturday.
Yeah.
So I make the trek out to Otay Mesa. And I played what would go down in the record books as the worst baseball game that a human being has ever played.
Oh, no.
And I mean ever. Would you like to hear
Yeah.
my stat line?
Give me your update.
0 for 3, 3 punches. Walk. I did walk and score a run. My
All right,
first
then it's
AB.
not the worst.
Okay,
You got
fine.
something done.
I don't know. That fantasy camp game where you got picked off 4 times in one game.
Hey, at least I was on base at that point. I was doing something, right? I think I drove in some runs, Paulie.
Blake Hunt went 0 for 3 with 3 Ks in his major league debut
Yeah.
on
Okay.
Saturday, or at
Okay.
least his first at bats.
But I'm not even close to done. Playing third base. I will tell you, it was one of the windiest days I've ever seen. No excuse. They hit a ball about 400 feet in the air. I'm playing third. I did not want to play third. He asked me to play third. I said, I'm really a first baseman now because I need you to play third. Like, oh, no problem. Backing up for it.
Mm.
But first things first. The guy at the plate is like 6'5". He's a tier 1, by the way. He's probably listening right now. Big old dude. Great swing. You can tell he was he
mashed.
He dropped tanks. He hit a ball down the third on the ground that was probably 112 off the bat. When I tell you that I watched it go through my legs, I did. Straight. Guys, I'm down. I'm waiting for one little hop. Just one hop to get, because I was perfect position. I'm waiting for the hop.
It
Hop,
just
hop
shot
never
right
came.
through your legs.
Hop never came. And I watched it. I went like this. Whoop, right through my legs. I go, oh my God. And my manager, who's injured, was like, get your ass down. And I'm like, I'm sorry. So then that dude ends up, next guy, very next hitter, hits another missile. And I try to play it off the side, off my glove into the left field. I'm like, oh my God. So you feel like everyone, you're on the tee box and you have 1,000 people watching. There wasn't that many people there, but you feel like everyone's watching you and you duff 2 drives. You feel this big. So then the guy's on third, the tier 1. And he goes, Woodsy, what's up, dude? How are you, man? Love your show. I'm like, thank you, man. Don't tell anybody about this. Next guy hits.
You're like, let me tell everybody about it.
Let me tell everybody. The next guy hits like a 300-foot pop-up. So I go back. I'll go back. I'm under it. And now I start to backpedal.
Oh.
And I end up diving back. It hits off my glove. I hit the ground like this. Slammed onto my back.
Did you hold on to it?
No, I dropped it. Now I made probably 4 other plays, ground balls, great throws, like no problem. Nobody's going to remember that. I'm not going to remember that. All I remember is putting together the single worst game I've ever played in my life. No question. It's the worst game I've ever played. And it makes you think. Now, the beauty is I'm so glad that my wife and kids were not there for a multitude of reasons. You don't want to embarrass yourself that way in front of your wife. It's very emasculating. Number 2, my son Bo would have gone, wait, you're my coach? So hold on. Let me
Aren't these all the things you tell us not to do?
Wait, 1 sec, Dad. Am I to understand that you, the guy responsible for that game, is going to tell me about having good ABs, about not looking at strikes, making plays? That's what I'm to understand. Ben, I would have had to sleep outside last night if my family was at this game. To add insult to injury, in between innings, you go over to your phone and you're like, 4-3, they lost. Oh my God, they lost the series to the Texas Rangers. And then you have a 50-minute drive to think about it on the way home. Now, Hannah texts me. She goes, look, I want you to flush it like you tell Bo to do. I'm like, no problem. It's a piece of cake. I was literally laying in bed last night going, you need to just quit. You need to just go to just go play softball already. Just go. Just hang them up. But I can't. I won't. I'm just going to get better. I'm going to be better. I'm going to learn from my mistakes. Yeah, I didn't put in any work last week. I didn't go to the gym. I didn't hit. I hit for 10 minutes yesterday morning. 10 minutes. I'm like, I got a game day. I better go get some off the tee. That's all I did. I can't be mad about results I didn't get from work I didn't put in.
It's not your career.
It's not my career, but I should be a little bit better. And it sucked. It sucked. So the energy change hasn't really worked
yet.
Yeah, it has in the opposite. It's the worst. I'm having the worst time of my life with my new haircut.
Well, I'm glad that your head feels cool.
It does. You want to feel it? It feels good. Give it a rub.
Do it. Oh yeah.
I like that. Yeah.
Now the other cool.
I'm always tempted, but I can't really do it for television. I think my bosses would not be happy if I showed up one day.
Man, that would be.
It would be amazing.
That would be a
buzz
trip.
cut. So
the other thing I thought about driving home is this. I flipped open Twitter as I was walking to my car. People livid about the team, and I thought to myself, well, I can't say a word. Like, if you're looking to me for analysis about how they should be better, I can't give it to you. You couldn't have played worse than I played yesterday.
Your physical inability to play baseball does not really impact your
but it's very hypocritical.
Commentary ability.
It's very hypocritical. Like, you got to make that play, dude. Really? How about a ball hit right between your legs?
Well, the 99.9% of the fan base can't say anything ever.
Exactly. This game is hard, and it is humbling, and it is embarrassingly challenging for the best on the planet. I literally was driving on like, you can't say a word, dude. You can't say a word about what this team needs to do.
So you woke up this morning and you decided, I'm going to challenge sports fandom and how it's been done forever.
Correct.
Because it doesn't matter the team and the sport.
No, I think you chalk it up. I think you just chalk it up to, this game's really hard. It's very, very, it's so extremely difficult and impossible almost.
We need to, as a collective sports watchers in this country, always keep in the back of our minds how incredibly difficult all of these sports are at the highest level. I mean, watching the U.S. Open.
Oh, my God.
I was a college golfer. That course would have destroyed me. I probably wouldn't have broken 100 out at Shinnecock Hills, as difficult as it was playing. The NASCAR race this weekend that I went to, we all drive cars. We go like, I'm sure they're really good at it and precise, but how hard is it to actually, drive? You're driving a car fast.
F that. I saw an accident yesterday, a highlight of it. Oh my God, the how close those cars are.
Oh, it's crazy.
I have to tell you, and hopefully some of you saw the reel that Paulie put together. Great reel. I shot the video of the lap I got to do in one of the pace cars on Thursday night before the races. And we never topped 80 going around the track. It was one of the coolest things I have done, getting to go around a real NASCAR road course at Naval Air Station Coronado.
That's sick.
And they weren't NASCARs. These were like SUV pace cars, and the physical demands of being a passenger, of going around the curves, like bracing yourself, like taking the curves
at like 60.
At no more. I mean, breaking down to like 45 or 50 on the curves or whatever it was. And then thinking about these guys are going more than double this speed.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing it for hours straight with a bunch of other cars just inches away from them. Every single curve can be the one that ends your race, sends you into the wall, potentially kills you because, it's NASCAR and it's dangerous. And the amount of stress and physicality that must be involved to drive one of those cars. I have absolutely newfound respect for seeing it in person. I was out there all day Friday and watching those cars and how fast those guys are going around that track. It is truly incredible to see what they do. Now, am I going to become a giant NASCAR fan? No, probably not going forward. It's still, to say it's the track, it's NASCAR, but getting to see it in person was an eye-opening experience for me. And getting to ride the track was pretty amazing on Thursday.
It looked awesome, man. And I was very happy and proud of you for doing that. Now, can you share your day? Though, because that's the thing that got me. That
Thursday was long.
That would have made me shave my head.
Yeah, we did our show and then said goodbye to you guys for the weekend. See you on Monday, but I had to go out to Naval Air Station Coronado to pick up my credentials to cover the race for the weekend. And this is not like any normal event. First, there are the NASCAR credentials that you would just like, a Padres media pass that you'd need to pick up for anything. And it's one big event, so there was a long line. I ended up getting in the wrong line, stayed in that for about 45 minutes, and then I found the right line, another 45 minutes, so like an hour and a half. But then you had to pick up your base credentials to get on the base after they had done a background check. And that line was another 45 minutes to an hour. And then when I got to the front, they said, okay, now we're going to take your license, and they're going to finish the process. You just have to wait here, and in a couple of hours, we will call your name.
Couple of hours.
It's about an hour and 45 minutes later, I got my name called and was able. So I was there for almost 4 full hours just to pick up my credentials to be on the base and cover the NASCAR race.
It's got to be a better way.
And then went back later for the ride along with the pace car.
There's got to be a better
way. I mean, I don't know. It's their first one on a NASCAR base. As it turned out, they sent an email late that night going, if you haven't picked up your base credentials, don't worry, just show your ID now. We're not going to actually make you go through that process that we made everybody else go through all day on Thursday. So it turns out that I didn't need to sit there for hours and hours, but I didn't know that at the time. So that was a bit of a grind to get through. And, they'll have to, if they bring the NASCAR race back next year, which they have said they are interested in doing, perhaps on the 4th of July, if the Navy is willing, maybe they will streamline that procedure next time around.
I think, listen, with any sporting event that's new in your town, you're going to see differing opinions, right? I saw on Reddit, I had a great time. I saw people on Twitter, this was unbelievable, best time ever. Awesome, great. And then I saw people like, I've been watching NASCAR and going to NASCAR for 20 years. I'm never doing this again here. I think, obviously, the first time you throw something like this, there's going to be growing pains. There's going to be things that you could do better, certainly. But listen, I think
I was just thinking about like, the traffic getting in and out, and there's really nothing you can do about it.
No, there's only the 2 access points, either the bridge or the Silver Strand. There was also a bunch of people who waited for an hour or two to get on a ferry to go across. We did all those stories on Channel 10 yesterday. That's, when you're going to do it on an island, that's going to be part of the challenge. So, but I saw mostly people got over the bridge in 15 to 30 minutes, and everyone was well aware that it was going to be, it was going to take some time. If you just showed up thinking you were going to cruise right in, that's on you at this point to get there. The other eye-opening experience for me, and the race yesterday was called the Anduril 250 Race the Base. Did not know what Anduril was, like the sponsor of the event,
Yeah, what is it?
Anduril Industries. They make military drones. And they had some of them out there to like you could walk around and like touch them. Those are the most frightening looking things I have ever seen. Like cockpitless planes that, can go up and be remote controlled, piloted. They were very scary.
Yeah,
I must say, I saw those things and I go, that is those things are terrifying, those drones that they can operate anywhere around the world, send them up, put like missiles and stuff on them and going, these things are that's
creepy.
That is creepy and insane. And that was the sponsor of the race.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
But it went. I think it went well. I saw a lot of people having a great time out there, which is what you want. Probably a much better time than me yesterday.
I think it was mostly a success. Things that they can improve on, of course, but I think overall the weekend was a success. Not for you. No, it was not a particular success for you.
No, I mean, listen. The end of the day, got home, had dinner with my kids, cuddled in bed, watched Father of the Bride, which was good. I forgot how great and sweet and cute that movie is. The guy that she falls in love with, Brian McKenzie. Old Benny. All I kept seeing was, oh my God, that's Ben.
Benny McKenzie.
Benny McKenzie. I watched it and I go, yeah, he's a father's dream if he shows up at your door. You're like, I mean, he's got slacks on and like tennis shoes, but he's a father's dream, right? Like you're the dream. I'm the nightmare. You're the dream. Paulie's somewhere in the middle. But like you reminded me of Brian McKenzie. When he goes to meet you've seen the movie, right? Father of the Bride.
I've seen the movie with Steve Martin.
So good. I hear you're a real whiz at the barbecue, Dad. He starts calling him Dad. The first day they meet. My kids loved it. They loved Frank, the wedding coordinator, Martin Short. Incredible. Forgot what a great movie that was. Teared up a little bit.
It is a good one.
Yeah, it was really good. So that was, I had a great day, a great finish to a day, but man, that was a rough day.
I never had trouble with the parents.
Oh, never.
But the girls
just
always
the girls.
want the bad boys.
It's very true, Ben.
Yeah.
Very true.
But the parents
loved
me.
you. Yeah.
They absolutely loved
They're
me.
like, this guy can set up our 401k for us while he's here. Like,
you can do our taxes.
yeah, so good. That's so
I
good.
wonder how many conversations took place in young ladies' houses going, why would you choose Woods when you could pick Ben?
Yeah.
Like, Ben's right there.
He's right there. So good. You seen that man's calves? All right, let's get to it if we must.
We must. We will get into a disappointing, obviously, series for the Padres that, quite frankly, they should have swept.
We should be sitting here riding so high on
four-game winning streak.
Four-game winning streak.
Yeah, they should be riding high. Instead, we're talking about another series loss and a team that just can't quite get out of its own what. It's not like they're getting bodied every game.
They're not.
But they are doing just enough.
We are refusing.
Just enough to lose every single game.
They are refusing. As somebody tweeted, I think it was our buddy Tommy tweeted it yesterday. This is 2023.
I saw that.
They're refusing to go on a run.
To really get hot. I mean, they went on one already, but now it seems like they just...
Here we go.
We don't compare the seasons because the rosters,
the engine revs for a second and then dies. And the engine revs and dies.
Man, he gets super hot on Saturday.
The expectations were different in 23 coming off that 22 season, but the results to this point feel the same.
It's wild. Absolutely wild.
We will get into all of it coming up. Broadcasting live from our Bill House studios. We know how. Starting a new week with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. By the way, congratulations to Corey Haim, who won the NASCAR race yesterday. First ever victory on the road course there at Coronado. Not to be confused with Corey Haim, who was one of the two Coreys, you'll remember.
Very well.
Back in the 1980s, Paulie, there
Rest
were,
in peace.
I don't know if you remember the two Coreys. There's Corey Feldman and Corey Haim.
Yeah.
Two actors, both named Corey, and you can never remember which movies the two were in, but they were all kind of all those actors were in the same, like, they overlapped in a lot of the same movies.
Yeah, they were best friends. Corey Haim died tragically. I loved him when I was a kid, both of them. I thought they were great. Now, have you been following Corey Feldman's career at all?
I've not. He was in the Goonies, I remember. He was
Stand by Me. Yep. He's a musician now. And it's listen, I know I poke fun at Jelly Roll. It makes Jelly Roll sound like Bob Dylan. Compare Corey, yes. Jelly Roll is Bob Dylan compared to
Corey Feldman.
I think Bob Dylan was here last night. Played the Shell. I did not go. My mother-in-law went. Said, Godspeed, my dear. Have fun. 87-year-old Bob Dylan up there.
87.
Something like that. Yeah. So he plays music now, and it's so
85.
bad. 85. It's so bad that you can't make fun of it. Does that make sense? I can't make fun of it.
Well, not everyone gets a second act. You know, he had a solid acting career. Now he's trying a musical career. It's not going as well. Like, remember Frankie Muniz, Malcolm in the Middle? Yeah. He's now a NASCAR truck driver. He was in the Truck Series race over the weekend.
What?
Yeah. Malcolm in the Middle is one of the Craftsman Truck Series racers, finished near the back of the pack. But
he also did I don't remember what it was called, but he did some Disney movie where he was like a race car driver too when he was a kid.
He always loved race car driving.
Yeah. Now he's always stuck with it.
He did the Celebrity Grand Prix circuit, and he goes, you know what? I want to do this for real, and has made his way onto the NASCAR Truck Series.
Purple is offended that we didn't know that he's been doing this for years.
Oh, yeah, he's been doing it for a while. Yeah.
Sorry, I didn't follow the career of Frankie Muniz from a show I didn't watch ever.
Oh, it's Bryan Cranston, like his coming out party before Breaking Bad. He was the dad in Malcolm in the Middle.
Man. Yeah, that's weird you brought up Corey Haim and Corey Feldman. I just watched something with Corey Feldman in it, and I can't remember what it was. But I follow him on Instagram. He's very serious about it. I think. But it's
so was David Hasselhoff.
Well, he was good. He crushed it over in Germany. He was like the biggest. He's like, no, I don't care what you say. Like, I'm massively successful.
One of my favorite ongoing Norm Macdonald bits was how popular David Hasselhoff was.
It's crazy, but it's as bad as you can imagine. I mean, it's terrible. I'll show you some at the break.
Well, speaking of random musical acts, we are going to be giving away tickets to Zach Top this week at Pechanga Arena. So if you're interested in seeing Zach Top. Country, I believe. September 17th, Pechanga Arena. And you can win them here.
I am out of the loop.
Is he related to Carrot?
I've never heard of him.
I don't know.
Zach Top.
From the Top family.
Yeah. Is he related to
I just let it go. I knew he was going to do it. Sorry. As soon as he said the name.
You knew I was going to do it.
Yeah, I was just...
Cracked himself up.
I chose to ignore it.
Also coming up on the program today, we will have our guests on a Monday. Craig Elston will join us at 7:35 to talk some Padres and World Cup. Congratulations to Team USA. They are moving on to the knockout stage. They've already clinched
Look at us.
D with their win over Australia on Friday, 2-0, 2-0.
It's a good match.
In soccer. Yeah, they got another own goal early. Everything has come up just about perfectly so far for Team USA in the World Cup. 2 convincing wins. Their group is already clinched, so they can rest, whoever they want, including the injured Christian Pulisic in their last match against Turkey this week. And it looks like the way the other groups are falling, the United States might not have to take on one of the powerhouses till at least the quarterfinals, potentially. So there's kind of an open path. It's like they're getting a good slot in the bracket. And could actually make some noise, especially with the way they were playing. So we'll talk some World Cup with Craig Elston coming up at 7:30 this morning.
I'm going to ask him what was, I think we asked him maybe weeks ago or maybe even months, what was a reasonable expectation? And he said, win your group. Win your group is something that is kind of expected.
Done.
And it's done. It's done. So already you can check that.
But I think expectations have been raised quite a bit. If they lose in the round of 32, we're all going to be extremely disappointed after what we've seen so far.
No question.
And they're probably not going to have to face that tough of an opponent.
It's weird how expectations just change on the fly sometimes. They call it moving the goalposts.
Oh, yeah.
And we've done it with the Padres, and I think for good reason. I think we should keep moving them.
Which way are we moving them?
Well, I mean, I'm talking about over the collective, the World Cup's every 4 years, right? So say over the last 4 years, have expectations changed for the San Diego Padres? Yes, 1,000%. They spend real money. They get real players. The expectations are changed. Squeaking into the playoffs is great. It's great, but winning a playoff series is also.
But like in spring training this year, we all said we expect this team to, compete for a wild card. We don't think they're going to win the division against the Dodgers. Battle for a wild card spot.
Yeah,
probably
they're doing that
around 500 through the first 2 to 3 months of the season. So they've met all of our expectations, and yet usually that implies, we're satisfied. They've met our expectations. I don't think there's a single Padres fan satisfied that the team has met expectations so far this year.
No, I don't think so either. And again, what did I just say? We're moving the goalposts, and that's what we do as a fan base. And again, I think for good reason. When you see them play well and go on a nice run like they did, that's been the strategy the last couple of years is, hey, let's just win a bunch of games in April, and then we don't have to do anything until, we squeak into the wild card and we're not really playing well and we're, 2 and done. I don't know that's going to satisfy a lot of people. Will I be cheering like mad if they make the playoffs? Yeah, of course. But, at some point there's a next level this team's got to find. And I don't know, Ben, that they have the personnel to do it. But, it does change.
In our 8 o'clock hour, we'll play a new week of Take on Wood, still qualifying for the staycation and $250 food and beverage credit at the Town and Country in Mission Valley. Dennis Lynn will go inside the Padres from the Athletic at 8:35 with his weekly appearance, and then our 9 o'clock hour will feature the Randall Report and our MLB Reach Around, wrapping up the rest of baseball over the weekend. So that was what we've got coming up for you. First, we will start with our crap up of yesterday's 4-3 loss to the Texas Rangers, and we'll get into another unfortunate, just like inning for Lucas Giolito, the inning that ruined the Padres. Well, 2 innings, I guess, that ruined the Padres yesterday. That is coming up next with Ben and Woods after traffic here on 97.3 The Fan.
From the 855 Get Ross Traffic Center. Injured? Demand justice. Demand Jurowitz. 855GetRoss.com.
El Cajon, the 67 southbound slow past Broadway to the 8, and San Diego, the 94 westbound, a slow drive getting onto the 805 heading northbound. I'm Sam Tidrick, Odyssey, San Diego traffic.
Traffic brought to you by the Oceanside Police Department, now hiring lateral police officers. The Oceanside Police Department is accepting applications for entry-level police officers. Base pay up to $123,000 a year with full medical, dental, and vision, and a full retirement plan. Go to joinopd.net for more information.
It's a shame if they lose.
You got a problem.
How did things play out in yesterday's game?
Supremely stupid.
It's time for the Padres
Crap Up
with Ben and Woods. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, here's something to cheer you up. The rooftop pool's open, day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
We'll give it 16 minutes of salt, and then we'll, get back on the bump and figure it out.
This game has got to come to an end.
Langford, first pitch swinging, hits it in the air, deep down the left field line. If it's fair, it's gone. It is. A 3-run homer for Langford, who continues to come up with big hits here this weekend. And the Rangers ahead 3-0 in the bottom of the third. 1-0 pitch. Sheets hits it hard into right field and a base hit. Merrill will trot home from third. Machado advances to second. Gavin Sheets an RBI single to get the Padres on the board. It's 3-1. Base hit here almost certainly ties the game, and he lines it into left center, a base hit. Here comes Machado. Sheets will be waved. He is on his way. The relay to the plate, the slide, and the tag. He's out. So the Padres get one. And that is the second out of the inning. It's 3-2. Padres down by 1. Song in the air, deep down the right field line, headed towards the corner, off the base of the wall. Bogarts will score to tie it. An RBI double for Sung Moon Song, and it's 3-3 here in the fourth inning. Pitch here hit hard through the left side, of base hit. That will untie the game. Lopez in from third base to score, and the Rangers hop back on top. It's 4-3. Bogarts at first, Tatis at second. The pitch hit on the ground is shortstop, should be the ball game. Duran flips to second. They force Xander, and the Rangers, despite a tough start to this ninth inning, hold on and beat the Padres 4-3 to take this series. Odds finish the very long road trip 4-5, and they will finally return home tomorrow night to take on the Atlanta Braves.
I mean, we believe that our starting pitching will get better. We're working with them every day. Right now, we're in a little bit of a period. We're talking about the hitting in that time period too, and the starting pitching all kind of just scuffling a little bit at the same time, and that makes it difficult. But I know both those entities are going to get out of there at some point.
And we've gradually shifted from worrying about the offense constantly to now worrying about the starting pitching, as twice it comes back to bite the Padres in this series as they drop 2 of 3 to the Texas Rangers. Padres yesterday gave Fernando Tatis Jr. the day off out of the starting lineup, which I totally understand. It's a long season. You have to give players days off. He's also red hot. And not
That's
seeing
the end of a terrible road trip, just travel and weather and environment.
I
get it.
4 and 5. When he said 4 and 5, I was like, oh, that's not that bad. I did.
4 and 5 on a road trip is not that bad, but they're also not, it's probably the easiest 3 teams you're going to face in a while.
Yep.
Didn't take advantage. And the Padres at 8 and 17 over the last 25 have the worst record in MLB over that stretch since May 25th. So, it's not been trending well for your San Diego Padres. Now, Samad Taylor, first pitch of the game, extends his hitting streak to 12. He has certainly done everything you could hope and more.
What a dream.
Since he has been brought up to the San Diego Padres. Wandy Peralta did his job as an opener.
Yep.
Credit Wandy. He's having a terrific season. His ERA is 1.91. He's taken a lot of grief from Padres fans over the last few years, having a fantastic season for the San Diego Padres. Good job by Wandy. And then Lucas Giolito comes in, and Craig Stammen even said it after the game. You watch Lucas Giolito, and at times you go, all right, that looks pretty good, getting some swing and miss. They can't hit the changeup. And then all of a sudden, he just looks awful. And that's what happened in the bottom of the 3rd inning, where you walk Kyle Higashioka to start the inning. Can't do that.
Can't.
Then the bunt
by
by Lopez, which was ruled a single, but easily could have been an error on Giolito, does not pick it up with his bare hand. And now you've got, with really nothing doing, you got 2 on, nobody out.
Yep.
And the very first pitch, just terrible, inside, up, change up. And Wyatt Langford crushes it for the 3-run home run to give the Rangers a 3-0 lead. Now, that seemed like that was not what bothered Lucas Giolito the most, though. The Padres then come back in the top of the 4th inning and not only get 3 runs, they had 6 of their first 7 batters against Nathan Eovaldi. He looked really good the first 3 innings, got hit 6 out of 7 batters. You should score way more than 3 runs, it feels like, when you get 6 out of your first 7 guys in the inning getting hits. But unfortunately, as you heard on Jesse's call, Gavin Sheets got thrown out for the second out of the inning at home plate, trying to score the tying run on the single by Xander Bogaerts. And at the time, I saw the play developing with Sheets out at second base, hard liner kind of up the middle, and Sheets had to stop. The ball was right in front of him. Didn't know if the shortstop. Ezekiel Duran made tons of plays all series. Really good defensive shortstop. So Sheets did the right thing. He kind of took a step back towards second to make sure he wasn't doubled off. The ball was rocketed, so it got out to the outfield quickly, and he wasn't even to third base when it was in the outfielder's hands, and yet was sent home to get thrown out by a good margin at home plate. And, if it's the second out and you're going, hey, we'll take a chance here out of a bad throw. We got Sungwon Song coming up. Don't know if he's going to get a hit. Turns out he did. Had he just left him at third, the Padres would have scored probably 4 or 5 runs that inning, and it might have been a completely different game. So don't know what the thought process was. I don't know if we heard from Bob Henley, the third base coach, after the game yesterday, but to me, that was a mistake in that moment, sending Gavin Sheets.
Sure. And again, I think it is. I think it is a symptom of trying to make something happen. I do. And I think mistakes like that on the base paths is, we've seen Fernando with some real bonehead decisions, trying to get a jump start, right? Trying to force the issue, not trusting the guys that are coming up because the offense has been flailing. You see it all the time. Bad send. You're still early in the game. You still have time to score more runs, right? It's not like it was a send in the 9th inning and would have tied the game. No, it was an early in the game. You don't really trust who's coming up. You made the send, fine, and he was out.
And as
it
Cole
happens.
points out in our YouTube chat, sent home very nonchalant.
Very nonchalant,
too.
yeah.
It's just like, kind of a little casual point toward home. Like, hey, give him the big like windmill, like go hard. Not that I don't think Gavin Sheets was.
No, he was going hard.
He was going hard.
As hard as he can go.
He's going as hard as he can go.
It's the start and stop.
He
guy.
might not be as slow as he looks, but he ain't fast. And to me, that was an unwarranted risk with one out in that situation to send Gavin Sheets on a play like that. But
ground ball gets him home.
But what Lucas Giolito was really mad about is his team then gets him off the hook right away with 3 runs, and then he comes right back and gives up 3 straight singles, including the Josh Young RBI that puts the Texas Rangers back ahead in what turned out to be the last run of the game in the 4-3 loss for the Padres yesterday.
Yeah, and I saw somebody, tweeted at me, Craig Stammen was a pitcher. He's got to know when a guy doesn't have it. And I'm like, all right. I mean, the team comes back. How many times have we seen pitcher? I was actually impressed that he only gave up 3 at that point, right? And was like, I think you look and you go, all right, we have no days off. We have the Braves coming in, then the Dodgers. Like, I'm not going to murder my bullpen in the 3rd inning. If Giolito continues to suck today, then he'll just wear
Taking him out after 4 innings pitched, which is what he did because he didn't pitch the first. That is knowing your pitcher doesn't have it.
Correct.
You can't just take guys out after 2 1/3 in the middle of a long season.
You can't.
You just don't have the bullpen arms for that. You have to get a minimum of 4 out of your starting pitchers.
You got to.
In pretty much every situation. That's all you can do as a manager. Like, I guess I can only get 4 out of him. That is knowing your pitcher doesn't have it there.
That's exactly right. And again, the management with hindsight is really simple to do. But again, you have to have the guys down in the bullpen. And our bullpen, it had been a little bit used. It was a little bit overworked. And it took us, 6 pitchers to get through the game yesterday. And that's with Giolito, going 4 innings. So it's not as easy as no problem. Just get somebody else up and get them in. Again, you have to take into consideration that you're getting on a plane, you're coming back here, and you have the best team in baseball and then the other best team in baseball coming in this weekend. You want to have some guys fresh. I know you want to win that series. I know, but he gave up 4 runs. Like, you had plenty of opportunities.
The bullpen continues to do its job. I mean, you're down 4-3 in the 4th, and you feel like, all right, but our bullpen's not going to give up another run the rest of the game. You should win that game.
And he went with the B-ish team.
Kyle Hart's been fantastic.
Been awesome.
5 1/3 scoreless innings since his return from AAA. That allows them. Remember, they sent Bradley Rodriguez down when Mason Miller was activated just to rest him a little bit. Jeremiah Estrada's been on the injured list. The bullpen has not missed a beat.
Yeah,
bullpen's been fantastic. They've done everything that you could possibly ask for them to win the game. Offense could not come through, and you're finally seeing the top of the order. I mean, even in the 9th, Tatis and Bogarts to pinch hit single and a single to start the inning, but then you get your 7, 8, 9 coming up, and there's really no alternative other than to see if they can come through for you. And right now the Padres are so thin that 7, 8, 9 is not guys that you can really count on. Your catcher position, Sungwon Song, might be Ty France one day, who's been, hot and cold, but mostly cold over the last month, other than his 2 home run game on Friday. You're just not getting production now from the bottom, even though your stars are starting to hit more like the stars that you need them to be. That ultimately is a good sign for the Padres. It's going to help, but you still have some weaknesses now at the bottom of the order and in the starting rotation that you need to address.
Yeah, and I didn't love the Fernando Tatis Jr. day off, but Jesse was talking about it on the radio. I think he hadn't had a day off in a long, long time, like May 9th or May 3rd or something. So it had been a while, playing a lot of games, playing really hard, by the way, like tearing it up out there as best he can. So the day off was needed. Comes in, of course, gets a hit immediately, seeing the ball really well. But yeah, it's tough, man, when you're trying to win a series. But you had enough. You had enough yesterday to get the job done. And Giolito's just, I don't know, Ben. I don't think he's long for this team.
You've got the option of Herman Marquez, Johnny Brito, Matt Waldron, all down at AAA, either rehabbing or pitching, that you could make a change at some point. There's a reason why Lucas Giolito went unsigned for so long. We couldn't figure out why. We couldn't figure out why he seemed to be so cheap. Well, you're seeing it now.
Now you see it.
Other teams also have scouts, and they just thought, we're not paying a ton of money for a guy who stuff isn't that great.
Apparently 89 doesn't play very well.
Just isn't. All right, we will continue to talk about the Padres weekend that was. Here, the Manny extra inning home run. That was a nice moment for your San Diego Padres. Get to that and more coming up next here on The Fan. Couple more discussions on last night's game, and we'll talk about this more with Craig Elston later this hour on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. I had the question in our chat: shouldn't Ty France have been sacrifice bunting in the ninth inning to push, Tatis and Bogarts to second and third? If executed properly, you'd have one out and a chance to either take the lead with a single or tie the game with a sacrifice fly.
Sure.
Sungwon Song did hit I think medium kind of line out, fly out to left. Probably would have scored Tatis from third had he been bunted over. So it's certainly a valid question to ask. Now, normally in baseball, Woods, what do you say? When you're on the road, play for the win. At home, you play for the tie, because even if you tie the game in the top of the ninth, well, you're still giving the other team the last chance to beat you in the bottom of the ninth, so you're going for the lead. Looking at that bottom of the order, France, Song, and Duran. France is clearly the one of those three that you want swinging the bat.
Yes.
And not bunting, unfortunately. If Sungwon Song had been up in that situation, no doubt about it. You lay down the bunt. I think if, because it was Ty France and he's your best chance to get a hit of the next three batters, I see the argument for letting him swing away. Has 2 home runs in the series already. He gets one into the gap. You've taken the lead, and you have a chance to add on.
Oh, you get a knock. You tied the game anyway, and you got a runner on third, and now you can play the sacrifice game or the safety squeeze, whatever you want to do.
In hindsight, I wish Ty France had bunted, because they would have had a chance to win the game, which they did not win.
Yeah,
did not work out the way you wanted it to. So it's always easy to second guess the manager, and I just did it and I second guessed the third base coach, Bob Henley, on the send of Gavin Sheets. Paulie did pull some audio of Craig Stammen discussing that, so I thought, fair enough, let's give Craig Stammen his chance to defend his coach in the move there in the top of the fourth inning.
Yeah, on the play that Sheets got thrown out, he had gone back towards second.
Yeah.
And given the situation, what was your view on that play?
Yeah, definitely. He went back a little bit, stutter stepped. The outfielder was definitely off he wasn't coming straight in. He was going to his left. The shortstop didn't look like he was totally lined up and ready to throw home. And I think that's what Bobby saw too. And, Gavin, had to get started in and get going. And they made a perfect throw, and Higgy made an unbelievable pick at the ball. That ball rattles around his glove at all a little bit. He took a, once-in-a-lifetime chance, similar to what Manny did on the guy at third. You try to pick that and get it. If you miss it, he's safe. So those are the chances we take, throughout the game. You can always look, we've lost by 1 run and say that was the game right there, but that was early enough in the game where we're willing to be aggressive and take chances.
There's always two sides to every argument in a baseball game. I think with Gavin going the wrong way and not having as much momentum, that's usually a pretty easy don't send, but those were the factors that a third base coach will look at. I mean, is the momentum for the outfielder going in the wrong direction? Where's the cutoff guy? How strong are the arms? The throw wasn't particularly good from the outfield to the shortstop. The throw from, Ezekiel Duran was hard to Higashioka, who made a really nice pick and a really nice tag. Any of those things go wrong, Padres score. We're not even having this discussion today, but because it ended up being the difference in the game, of course, we're having this discussion today.
And of course, it's some little things that compound when things aren't going as well as you'd like them to go. And that it's a bummer. You had some. It's so hard to talk about momentum with a baseball team because you did feel like you had a lot of momentum going into the game yesterday after what happened on Saturday, certainly, but was not to be. And that's this is one of those series that you kind of earmark and go, yep, should have won that one. But you feel like you're a better team than the Texas Rangers.
What are the Padres a good team or not?
Nobody knows. No one has any idea. They don't know.
It's really hard to say at this point. And someone asked me that question, and I said, well, I don't think they beat themselves, but I don't think they beat you either. It's like they're right there in the middle. If the other team does something wrong or kicks it around, Padres will take advantage and they'll win that game. But if the other team plays well, if they throw a good starting pitcher out and they play sharp
100%.
Defense, Padres probably lose that game. They're just not good enough to win against a team that plays a sharp game, but they're always good enough to take a win that they're going to hand you. They're not a bad team.
They're like a slightly below average team because they're the worst offense, and the pitching's average is slightly below average.
Now the pitching's starting to falter.
They're not bad enough to lose. They're not bad enough to lose every game, or all their losses are by 7 or 8 runs. They're in just about every single game, but the results are what they are.
But again, they always say you are what your record says you are. They're their record would indicate they're a slightly better than average team. Slightly. Their expected win-loss, they're outperforming that.
Slightly under 500.
Slightly under 500.
I think right now this is a middle-of-the-pack team that needs to get better if they're going to have any chance to make the playoffs and make any noise in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, 100%.
I felt the same way about this series, though. I always go back to, the saying in baseball, it's like every team loses 60, wins 60. And the season, if you think about it, can really boil down to 42 games for every team. And you think back at the end of the year, if you make the playoffs, if you don't make the playoffs by a game or two, and you go, where were some of those games that could have gone the other way? And this was one of those series where you go, at least 2 out of 3, the other way, you should have won that series. And, when you go back at the end of the year, if the Padres don't make the playoffs or whatever, you're like, that seemed like one of those series we could have made a little bit of ground.
It's oversimplifying things, but I would say, there's 26 men on the roster. Most of those Padres had pretty good series. There were a few that did not. Randy Vasquez did not. Lucas Giolito did not. Jason Adam did not. Most of the rest of the guys who were in there, though, did their jobs, did it pretty well. I mean, that's a large portion of your team that is coming through. Some big hits from just about everybody in the lineup. I mean, Gavin Sheets homered in the first game, had a RBI single yesterday. Manny Machado, obviously, the big home run on Saturday. It went 1 for 3 yesterday, drove in another run, scored another run. Jackson Merrill's had a bunch of hits lately. Fernando Tatis Jr. is hitting the ball well. Xander Bogaerts had 2 hits yesterday. Ty France had 2 home runs in the series and a hit yesterday. Even Sungwon Song came up with a big hit in yesterday's game off the wall. The bullpen, other than Jason Adam,
has been incredible.
Samad Taylor's been great. The bullpen, other than Jason Adam this weekend, it was really, really good for the most part. It's a lot of players who are doing their job to lose 2 or 3 games.
Has anyone told Jason Adam that this new strategy of giving up a home run every time he pitches is probably not one that you want right now?
And
not a good one to employ.
They did end up winning that game after he gave up the home run to fall behind 3-1. And they did fight to the end, and that time they actually pulled it out. That was like one of the early season games for the San Diego Padres. Coming back right away with the 2 runs. Jackson Merrill, big clutch hit. He needed something like that to tie the game on Saturday. And then it goes to the top of the 10th inning. Padres get their free man on, get the walk. So it's first and second. Manny Machado's coming up to the plate. And we all know he has not come through in a lot of those situations this season. It feels like it's been a tough spot for Manny Machado because it's been a tough season. But this time, he absolutely came through.
Manny swings, hits it in the air, deep to left center field. Freeman's going back. He turns to watch. This one, gonna go! Manny Machado, a 3-run go-ahead homer in the 10th. And the Padres are back ahead. It's 6-3.
Team leading 13th of the season.
Much needed.
When he does it, he still makes it look so easy.
You're like, oh, you got,
I mean, if you watched that at bat, get ahead, spit on the slider outside, get 2-0, know that he's got to come into you because he can't load the bases there with nobody out, find your pitch to hit, and then drill it. He looks like an elite baseball player. I mean, that was just the perfect Manny Machado at bat there. It's still in there. Just need it to come out more often this season for the San Diego Padres.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, that series, we'll talk about Friday when.
Talk about it now.
Here.
That was like the final form. That's the game that I could not believe what I was witnessing in the first inning. It was one of the worst losses I've ever seen. And you didn't have to lose that game. Right? You didn't have to lose that game. I understand Randy had an atrocious bottom of the first. Your team spots you to a 5-run lead with a grand slam by Ty France off of, again, Jacob deGrom. We talked earlier in the season about foot on the throat. What did deGrom end up going? 6? Gave up 5 runs? Like, It is so maddening for that to happen. And Randy's been trending in that direction. He has gotten incredibly lucky, in my opinion, based on some of the loud outs he's given up. It goes back to the Dodger series. I remember they were tattooing balls off him right at guys. And I'm like, man, this dude is going off the cliff. I don't know what it is, Ben. Is it confidence? Is it execution? I have no idea, but he's not fooling anybody right now. And that was a painful, excruciating loss on Friday.
That was a game where I almost texted you guys and I go, hey, I know it's Friday night, and by Monday morning, this will have been, 3 days ago, and we're kind of over. We're talking about 2 more games since then, but I'm like, that was a game where, good God, if we had a show the next day, like that would have been a chip burning game. I mean, that was probably the most upset I think I've been all year with this team. To finally jump out to a 5-0 lead
off of a starter,
off of
the Grom,
and then to just like you blinked and all of a sudden you're not just tied. You didn't just give up the lead. You're losing now and going into the second inning. I was like, it was so frustrating.
What makes you mad and makes all of us mad is that we've been saying all year long, they could just get some early offense against good starting pitchers.
Win.
This team would be great. They'd win like almost every time. So when it finally happens, it makes us all just look stupid when they actually lose that game because it makes no sense at all. That's what we've been asking for all year long.
Well, to be fair, we look stupid a lot, just so you know.
I was disappointed, and I was watching it on my phone from the NASCAR race. So
you were in hell.
I saw the first play, though, of the bottom of the first inning when Ty France bobbled it, but recovered, and Randy Vasquez was right there. Should have made that catch. You get that first out, and you get the sense that, the game is going to be very different. It shouldn't be. It should be like, all right, even if I let that guy come around to score, just bear down like I'm starting the game over.
Right.
And it's 5-1, we're fine. Absolutely. But Randy Vasquez let that inning just snowball,
spiraled out of control
on him, and you felt like, his mistake there at the beginning, that he wasn't mentally ready to overcome it in that situation. And that's disappointing because Randy Vasquez has been pretty mentally strong in what we've seen when he's pitched for the San Diego Padres. Gets himself in trouble, gets himself out of trouble a lot. And he just could not get himself out of the trouble there in the bottom of the first inning that he made for himself.
Imagine me walking around the house with this new shaved head after watching that game. I mean, I literally, it was like a Britney Spears moment. Now, I did it before the game. I thought I was changing the energy of the team, and I thought I did there for a moment. And then it went from really great energy to bad energy. That was a nightmare.
And we talked about it with yesterday's game. All right, Ty France ties it up with another homer off DeGrom in the fourth. So it's 6-6. Randy Vasquez gives it right back up, just like Lucas Giolito did in the bottom of the fourth. You're down 7-6. But when you're down 1 run in the fourth or the fifth inning, and you're the San Diego Padres, you've got that bullpen, you feel like that's a game you still have a really good chance of winning. But Jason Adam comes in, gives up the home run late, and even though Sheets hit a home run, Padres could not find their way to come back with some more late offense to win that baseball game. Like, this is supposed to be your formula for victories.
Yep.
And you had all of those games there for the taking, and you only took one of the 3.
Yep.
And that's going to haunt you. If you keep doing that, that is really going to come back and haunt you the rest of this season.
I mean, again, you got your work cut out for you this week too. You just this team loves to make things harder on themselves than they need to, right? Like, you just handle the teams you can handle. And if you drop 2 or 3 to the Braves and you drop 2 or 3 to the Dodgers, it's not as bad if you finish that road trip, Benny, a couple of games over 500. But you came back a game under, and now you got to fight. And now you got to grind against, again, 2 of the best teams in baseball.
A couple other notes from the weekend. I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Walker Buehler.
Oh, he's fantastic.
Didn't get a win, but
as we all said, that was a great move, and we love him. We're so happy to have him here.
Very solid 5 1/3 innings.
I remember that day. Like, when we saw the news, I remember, I don't know about you guys, I remember going, that's like, look, come June, July, like that's probably your guy. Ace. Yeah. That's the guy right there.
Anybody think he'd be a better pitcher than Michael King or anybody else? I mean, he is the guy you're like, whew, Buehler's on the bump. At least we have a shot.
Yeah, I mean, right now, today, if you had to win a game,
Walker Buehler, period.
He's your guy.
Yes.
There's really, I don't know that there's any argument against
I don't think there. If you have a different argument, I think you're wrong.
He's an interesting guy. Our former colleague Annie Halbrun had a long sit down with him that they published in the UT, and the video of Walker Buehler, the way he thinks about the game, he's an interesting competitor for sure.
He is. Guy you absolutely loathe playing against, but man, you love him when he's on your squad.
I have enjoyed the Walker Buehler experience so far this year in ways that I never imagined that I would.
It keeps getting better.
He really has. Adrian Morejon has had another fine season. He had that early struggles where he gave up that huge inning. Since then, his ERA has been constantly going down, and he got another win. He's now 2 innings, 5 strikeouts, 1 hit, and that was an infield dribbler. 6-1 now this year. He had 9 wins last year. He has 15 wins as a relief pitcher in the last season and a half. I think I saw that was like 3 or 4 more than any other relief pitcher in all of baseball. He's a real weapon that the Padres have used well out of the bullpen, and it was good to see Mason Miller come back to get the save in the 10th inning on Saturday after his personal leave, and still whatever's going on with his family sounds like it's not great, but he's back with his support system, with his teammates, and it's good to see Mason Miller back getting his 20th save, even though he did allow the free runner to come around and score. He also gave up an infield dribbler, but that's fine when you got a 3-run lead. Does not matter, and his ERA is down to 0.86. Another save for Mason Miller. So that is the weekend that was for your San Diego Padres. We'll talk more about it with both Craig Elston and Dennis Lynn coming up later in the program. Next, though, it is time for Don't Do This. And I mean, you're looking in San Francisco, and I don't know, the player gets part of it, but it's a really bad sign for the manager and the coaching staff as well.
It's huge.
Really bad sign. If you missed it, we'll tell you what happened for the Giants over the weekend.
Yeah, I was going to tease it. At least we're not the Giants.
There you go.
Right. It could always be worse.
It could always be worse.
That is coming up next with Ben and Woods after a quick timeout and a check of traffic on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, San Diego, of course, an incredible place to live. I got to experience a lot of it this weekend, but let's be honest, it's not getting any cheaper. Housing, healthcare, taxes, groceries, it all adds up. And when people start thinking about retirement, one fear rises to the top. What if my money doesn't last? That's where Trajan Wealth comes in. TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth's fiduciary advisors help people build retirement strategies designed for today's reality. Here, factoring in inflation, market uncertainty, and the real cost of living in America's finest city. They take the time to understand your goals and your comfort level because no 2 retirements ever going to look the same. Trajan Wealth has offices Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people who want confidence and not constant financial stress. If this has been on your mind, start with a conversation. Just call 1-855-TRAJAN-1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN-1, or just take a few minutes online at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth, plan smarter, dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client, paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Before we get to DDT, a little breaking news in the sports world. It's actually pretty big. The Dallas Mavericks are hiring Michigan's Dusty May as their new head coach, fresh off his national championship win for the Wolverines in college basketball. He's hopping right to the pros.
Almost threw a no-hitter against the Padres, too, last week.
That's
Dustin.
Oh,
This is
different guy
Dusty
altogether.
May. I never even put the two together. Yeah, I guess they're the same name.
Did he even unpack his house in Michigan? He was there for was he just there for one season?
He was there for a couple of years after he went from Florida Atlantic, or one of those Florida schools, and took over at Michigan. So he parlays that into an NBA
Dusty May
gig. All right, let's get to DDT, broadcasting live from our Bell House studios. We know how. Woodsy, you kick us off.
Oh my Lord, this was a bad look yesterday.
I was confused too, I must say.
I was not confused. I knew exactly what he was doing, but it's a bad look on a team that is just dying right now, and
full of bad looks.
And you're just a team full of bad looks. I'm talking about the San Francisco Giants. I don't mean to mock. I do a little bit. Rafael Devers is a much maligned player, I think. I defended him a lot with the Boston situation because I kind of agreed with his situation there. And I do feel that the Boston front office is as bad as he made them out to be, and as evidenced by the season that they're having now without Rafael Devers, right?
True,
both things are true.
Yeah.
That being said, comes to San Francisco. They pull off that trade. He gets a knock the other day, Ben. They were down 2-1 in the ninth.
Trying to avoid getting swept by the Marlins in Miami.
Correct. And obviously his manager, Tony Vitello, is like, well, I'm going to get Rafi off the bases for a faster runner. He'll be the tying run.
Baseball 101.
Yeah, I think it's nobody out. So he sends out the bench runner. Devers is like, no, and waves him back. The kid is literally out there. Jonah Cox, he's like, hey, man, I'm supposed to be here now.
He's telling me to go back.
He's literally standing there looking back at the dugout. What do I do?
But they announced the move. Devers is saying, no, go back.
The umpire stepped in and he's like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
Yeah, somebody
Figure it out.
make a decision. Well, they had announced it, and so he was pissed, man. He took his helmet off, put his some curse words into it, walked into the dugout, and there's video of old friend Jace Tingler.
He's the bench coach for the Giants.
Going in to pat him on the butt, and him doing the swim move avoidance. Don't touch me. And he did not want to be patted on the butt. He went down the tunnel and was furious. Now, I think his logic was, hey, man, even if we tie it, like I'm good to go. I can run. If we tie it, my spot could come up again
in the extra
innings,
inning,
right?
sure.
And then you got Jonah Cox hitting for me, and I don't want that. But it's not really your decision to make because you're not the manager of the team. And so
if you don't come around to score, though, we lose right now.
Correct.
And if that speed, like a step or two, makes a difference, we need to take that advantage if we can.
Again, this is not Rafael
Devers.
Devers.
I'm Rafael Devers. I did my job. Now
you're like, go
let
ahead,
someone else
score
go
us a
run for me. Like, you can't blame me for any of this at this point.
So the funny thing is the way that Vitello couched it after the game. He said, look, he was signaling to us he's good to run. We DH'd him in the first game because, from running and base running, some soreness in his leg. He's good to go. Part of the game. We know how competitive he is. He wanted to stay in the game. I would rather have guys like that you have to rip them off the field. Again, I don't know, man. When the veterans are going, no. Hey, I have a move I'd like to make here. Nope. It really kind of usurps the power from the skipper in a big way. And they asked him, are you planning?
They're showing him up, and then they're showing him up.
And showing him up. And you
just fill out the lineup card yourself then.
Yeah, you guys just
right in where you want to play.
It's the inmates running the asylum, so to speak. But they asked him about it after. Hey, are you going to talk to him about it? And he said, no, I don't need to talk to him about it. I'm like, I think you probably do. And it's gone from bad to worse in San Francisco. And it was a bad look. All
right. For my DDT, I don't know that we can have big golf events in New York anymore. Coming off the Ryder Cup, which was pretty embarrassing in terms of the fan behavior against the European team that just waxed the United States a few months ago. Yeah, this weekend's U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills. And I get it. Wyndham Clark is not the most popular. He's not my favorite golfer in the world. And he had a couple of incidents like last year. Remember, he destroyed the locker at Oakmont when he missed the cut at the U.S. Open, and he threw that club, nearly injured a volunteer. Apologized profusely for both of them, though, and I don't think he's a bad guy. But every single, it seemed like, fan you could hear in the final round of the U.S. Open, he had a 6-shot lead over Scotty Scheffler in the final group. Like from the very first tee, fans, you could hear them yelling, "Get in the bunker! Get in the bunker!" Like, just actively yelling and cheering against him, the whole gallery, the whole round, because they wanted Scotty, I guess, to win on his 30th birthday and complete the career Grand Slam. Whatever the reason is, that to me was a tough look. I don't think Wyndham deserved that. And
so I'm
defending Wyndham here,
but you're saying that the fans there were too mean to him.
They were too mean to him. Yes. Okay. I mean, he was an American trying to win the U.S. Open on like home soil.
What did he say about it? Did he say anything?
He was good at the end. He said, I know you guys, you don't like me, but I love you, and I'm just going to keep trying to win you over here.
He seems like a decent guy.
I think he's had some mistakes. He certainly has had a couple of blow-ups. I think he's got a bit of a temper sometimes. He's trying to be better, and I'm going to give him credit for that, and certainly give him credit for coming through and for the second time in 3 years lifting the U.S. Open trophy by parring the last hole. Very tough final hole, just like he did at LA Country Club 2 years ago by lagging a putt from about 50 feet to a couple inches.
I miss those days.
I'm done. You're fine.
All right. Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry those guys were mean to your golfing buddy, Wyndham Clark.
I'm not even a Wyndham Clark fan. That's why I thought
like
it was so over the top.
I
really don't. I really was. I was
sounds
also
like you're dating.
I was also quietly
wife
cheering for Scotty to win, but I didn't get I wouldn't loudly scream against him if I was there.
The screaming at golf events don't do this in and of itself. Get in the hole, all that. Like guys, like, hey, watch this. Nobody's going to look more badass than me. Get in the hole. unoriginal
It is so
bastards,
bad.
man. I'm
It's
telling
so
you.
bad.
All right, let's do some do this.
DD mega doo-doo.
Not going to go into crazy detail about it because I want to ask our next guest, Craig Elston, about just how special what Cape Verde has done in the World Cup, you guys. Again, we talked last week about, oh, cool, draw. For a country as small and tiny as Cape Verde to now then being taking a step towards the knockout stage is pretty insane. They did pull they did a draw against pre-tournament favorite Spain. Then they did 2-2. They came to a 2-2 draw with Uruguay in Miami over the weekend. They have taken points off of two teams that have won the tournament 3 times between them. That is pretty special, man. Tiny little.
It's like
Cape
this group
Verde.
of a dozen islands,
Yes.
like a few hundred miles off the west coast of Africa. I would have had trouble finding on a map, and I love geography.
I hate geography, and I never would have found it. I mean,
but
it is
an incredible story. You've had a number of, Curacao
Yeah.
had their first goal, and we've seen some pretty amazing stories of this World Cup already. And hey, we still got almost a month to go before it's all said and done. We'll talk more about it with Craig Elston coming up, but that was Don't and Do This for a Monday.
That was Don't Do This with Ben and Woods on 97.3 The Fan.
We'll also talk some Padres with Craig Elston coming up as we wrap up our first couple of hours. Don't go anywhere. We'll go anywhere. More Ben and Woods on the way on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Quickly, gang, before we get to our pal Craig Elston, Craig looks like he's well-versed in the insurance world. Super Sure Insurance is what I wanted to tell all of you guys about right now. If you own a business and you've got 25 or more employees, or you're the CFO of a business, or you're the HR manager, I would write this down. Go to supersure.com. They are the super agency built for you. They're licensed in every state for your business insurance and employee benefits. They got year-round support for you and your team at supersure.com. You can access their tools like the fine print facts, which I think we all need these days. Translate your current policy into plain English so you can see what's covered and what's not. Plus, the business value calculator, you can estimate what your business is worth so you know what actually needs protecting. Go to supersure.com. Again, one super agency, one powerful platform. All of your policies in one place. Go to supersure.com. That's supersure.com, paid for by Supersure Insurance Agency, LLC, in a licensed insurance agency. He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Ben Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys, helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime. Since 2010, visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Still lots to get to in the second half of the program, including our rental report, our MLB reach around and take on Woods. But right now, let's go out and talk a little Padres, talk a little soccer with our friend Craig Elston from the Padres Hot Tub and Cromaniacs podcasts here on 97.3 The Fan on our SDCCU fan hotline. Good morning, Craig.
Morning, fellas. How's it going?
Good. Which one are you enjoying more, Padres baseball or the World Cup?
Probably World Cup.
Let me think. World Cup. Yeah,
it's not even close.
So
not even really close.
Not even close.
What were we wrong about with Team USA at the World Cup, where we were all so skeptical? Like, I don't know if this is going to be a disappointing World Cup, because so far it couldn't have gone really any better for the United States.
I think on the most basic level, to answer that question, Ben, what were we wrong about? It was essentially misreading the draw. This is an easy pot of teams for the United States. Paraguay hadn't been there in 4 World Cups. You take a look at Australia, they're a 27th ranked in the FIFA World Rankings, and both of those teams have already beaten Turkey, who we play next. So this was a group which quite often happens at the World Cup for host countries. This was a group designed for the United States to win, and they've won it. What I think happens is over the course of, let's be honest, a qualifying session where the U.S. didn't have to win their way into the tournament, and they looked pretty mediocre at multiple times over the course of the last year plus. I think that dropped a lot of expectations about what Team USA could do, but give all the credit to Pochettino. He was building to this moment. He was hired for this moment, and he has delivered. Team USA is playing at its highest level. I was really impressed on Friday with their ability to beat a team that was playing like they used to play. Australia played the way that Team USA used to play when they were outmatched on the world stage. A low block, pack everything in, defend. You're hoping for zeros, and then you get one counterattack or one corner kick, and you put it in. Of course, the U.S. destroyed that plan by scoring 11 minutes into the game on pressure that led to an own goal, and then Australia couldn't do their strategy. So I think the U.S. has been great. Honestly, if you look ahead, and I was spending some time yesterday doing this, it's pretty clear that the U.S. will probably not have to face a world power until the round of 8.
Wow.
Yeah, the round of 32 is the winners. They're looking at a third place team. They're looking at someone like a Bosnia-Herzegovina, something like that. It could be like Belgium in the round of 16, the way things are playing right now. Honestly, Cape Verde could be in the mix the way they're going right now. And it probably wouldn't be till the quarterfinals that they saw a true European or South American power.
I enjoyed the end of the Australia-USA match immensely. It got incredibly chippy, Craig. And did you see anything there where you're like, man, they really, because, you got to be careful, right? You don't want to accumulate all those yellow cards. But did you see anything that was like, probably could warrant a red? I just thought they did get a little bit out of control there at the end. I enjoyed it because I do like chippy sports. But what did you see at the end of that game?
Yeah, nothing red worthy for sure. The captain there, the big guy, Harry Suter, got tangled up with one of our fellas. That was pretty much show a yellow and wave it off and move on. There was plenty of good reasons for the match to be chippy. There were plenty of things said by U.S. pundits against Australia. The crowd was obviously very pro-U.S., so it's putting Australia in a tough spot. And they were losing. And so, they got a little bit physical. Here's the great thing, guys. The U.S. has literally nothing to gain in the Turkey match.
Right.
Whether they win by 5, lose by 5, it doesn't matter. So every player who's picked up a yellow for the United States so far, Poach can just sit them.
Yeah.
Like Balogun should not play on Thursday. There's no reason, because why risk having him out for the round of 32? So a completely rotated lineup on Thursday, a low stakes match, and hopefully the U.S. just keeping their form.
Is there any worry that you don't want to lose the momentum by sitting so many guys? I think the strategy is correct. You can't risk more yellow cards. Definitely rest Pulisic again so he's healthy for the next round, but you have everything been going for you so far. Does a 3-1 loss where you're playing all your subs kind of torpedo that momentum in the knockout round?
I mean, if it's literally a 3-1 loss, that wouldn't be great.
Yeah.
And I think you'd see Poach sub starters in to try and change a result like that. But I don't necessarily think that even with a rotated lineup, even if you took out four or 5 starters, that the U.S. is going to get drilled by Turkey. Turkey's kind of been the Turkey of the tournament so far. There's only a couple other teams that have struggled the way they have. So I think we'll be just fine.
Turkey. We just learned that it's
Cape Verde,
not Verde. Well, it's Portuguese. It's not Spanish.
Cape Verde.
That's okay. We learned a lot of things during the World Cup that 100%. We didn't know. Speaking of lineups with not everybody in them, that's what the Padres lineup looks like. And this is actually more what you'd expect. Stars have done some star things. Then you get to the 7, 8, 9 guys when you need a big hit, and you've got nothing at the bottom of the order. That's how the game ended yesterday, Craig. And this is more like, okay, now I understand. Yeah, you don't come through in a big spot because you've got Ty France, Sungwon Song, and Rodolfo Duran coming up with 2 runners on. Yeah, your other guys had done some things, but yeah, that's a tough bottom of your order because of injuries and lack of depth at this point.
Well, and then there's Friday's game where everyone not named Tatis, Machado, Bogarts, Merrill went 10 for 20 with 3 homers.
True.
And the team lost because the big 4 went over. And generally ended their at-bats in 2 pitches or less. So, yeah, look, there's not a lot good to say about the San Diego Padres right now. And I don't think that we have to scrape the barrel to try and find good things to say about the San Diego Padres. This is not a good baseball team right now. They are leaking water in multiple places on the boat. And it's pretty hard to say there's one thing other than Morejon and Miller that you can count on for the San Diego Padres. A team that has two good relievers and very little else is not going to be a winning team. The Padres have the worst record in the league over the last 25 games. But in the first 40 games, they went 24-16, and it was really hard to explain why.
Yep.
It's really easy to explain why the team has struggled the way that they have struggled so far in the last batch of 36 games. The starting pitching is really bad. The offense is terrible.
Offense
Simple as that.
Is this, it's the thing is like, we talk about it all the time. We belabor the point. Yes, they're not aesthetically pleasing to watch. They're also, their numbers aren't exactly great. We're in every game, purgatory-wise, Craig. We're always a swing away. It's hard for me to look at the starters and go, first of all, it's patchwork and it's bubblegum to get there with the Walker Buehlers of the world and the Giolitos, and you're throwing stuff at a wall. This team's in every game, I feel like. They're in every single game. And I think that's the most frustrating part. They're not dominant.
They're in every game, but you don't have a lot of confidence. But you're one swing away for most of the game.
You're white-knuckled watching this team. You're literally just edge of your seat, like, oh, my God. But they're in every game. So, I'm not saying, hey, we need to give the starters a pass, because I don't think we do. Lucas Giolito and Randy Vasquez and those guys, they got to be better. They got to quit walking guys. And they need to learn to field their position better. You think about some of the games they've lost the last couple of days. It's like, guys, you're throwing these games away. You got to make these plays that little leaguers make half the time. And so it's just hard, because I feel like they're gritting and grinding it out. And, we're a swing away. It's really frustrating.
Nothing that you said is untrue. And I know that we've got about 4 minutes left in this segment. So let me just hit a couple of things really quick in succession. The Padres have given up 38 quality starts against, and brutal. That's in 70 games where a starting pitcher started. So that's well over 50%. We're seeing the result of that over time. You can paper your way over that for a brief period of time. You cannot do it for a long period of time.
Right.
Why? Now you have to ask the question, why are other teams able to throw quality starts against the Padres at an unforeseen rate? There's a simple answer. They are 30th in the league in on-base percentage. And whatever you have to say, and there's plenty to be said about Steven Souza's communication is good, and the players need to do X, Y, Z. The one thing that is the most easily observable about the Padres from Victor Rodriguez to Steven Souza is that the team has abandoned Ted Williams baseball. Ben, you remember me doing this on our shows back in 2000. Ted Williams baseball is take a ball, hit a strike, and most importantly, the line in his book, get a good pitch to hit. The Padres don't get a good pitch to hit. They don't do it regularly. And because they have abandoned that principle as a team, they suffer quality starts against over and over and over. So that's quality starts, last in the league and on base percentage. And now here's something that nobody talks about. But guys, I kind of spotted this over the weekend, and I want to share it with the audience. The Padres, I want to be clear. This is not the reason why the Padres are doing badly. This is just a thing. Okay, so please nobody misinterpret this as I'm like going crazy about something small. The Padres are arguably the worst team in Major League Baseball at something. Any guess what that thing is?
Offense.
Hitting the ball.
Hitting the ball.
Hard.
Yeah. The answer is they're arguably the worst team in Major League Baseball at challenging.
Oh yeah. Okay. By far. Yes, that's right.
At using the ABS system. And their biggest problem is timidity.
Yes.
It is timidity, gentlemen. Here, quick numbers. The Padres are tied with Milwaukee for the fewest offensive ABS challenges, 52. They've only tapped the helmet as an offense 52 times. By comparison, The Twins have the most. They have 101, almost twice as many. The middle team has 73, okay? Now, does that mean the Padres are the worst at challenging offensively? No. They're 44%. 4 points under the average, but not the worst. Actually, the 20th worst. But on defense, the Padres are the 7th best team in baseball at overturning calls. 63% of the time when the pitcher or the catcher has tapped the helmet, they have overturned the calls. However, they have only done this 83 times. That's the middle number for defense in the league. It's 46 behind the most aggressive team. So even though the Padres are actually better defensively at overturning calls than any of the 13 teams who are ahead of them, their total number of ABS challenges, offense and defense, 135, is fewer than all but 2 teams, Boston, Arizona. This is an inefficiency for this team. They are not keeping up to speed with the new game. They are leaving money on the table, and it only shows up in small ways. It's a strike here, a strike there. They're always saving it for the 9th inning. But sometimes, and we saw it with Cincinnati in town, we've seen it with other teams, sometimes getting that call in the middle of an at-bat changes the whole inning.
It's such a great point. And let me ask you guys this, and I'll let the fans see if they agree. Are your heads sore at the end of the game? Because I find myself 9 times during the day going like this hard on the top of my head, going, challenge it. Tap your head.
I'm screaming at the
doing
television.
This all game long and hitting my own head as if it will make some sort of difference.
Why are you waiting? What are you holding on to it for? This was my favorite answer. Craig asked that question. What are the Padres worst at? And the guy just wrote baseball.
Baseball?
It laid me out.
I'm giving myself a sore top of my head, slapping my head throughout the game while I'm watching.
And I know we got to go, and I totally hear what you're saying. And I'm like, and I look at it and go, have they abandoned it, or is it? Like, there's so many different things they're doing wrong. They're missing mistakes. Number one, they're offering at mistakes, and they're missing them. Right? They're not hitting the mistakes. Then they're taking balls that are right there. They're getting good pitches to hit. They're just not offering at them, or they're missing them. And that for me is at least what I've noticed. Manny in particular. I mean, he should have, 13 homers? He should have 20. I mean, he has missed hanging sliders at the beginning of the year that Manny puts 450 into left field. If
so
he gets
Saturday
those.
was so exciting.
That was so great.
That was a perfect Manny at bat.
That's
that was exactly what you're looking for from Manny Machado.
It's just it's so hard. Yeah. It's just such a hard.
Yeah, and I agree, Eric. It's easy to challenge a call watching on television.
Oh, yeah,
and I do it way too much.
Oh, me too.
Okay, yes, I get it. It's the first inning and it's a 1-1 pitch. You probably shouldn't be challenging that, and I'm still hitting the top of my head way too often during the game.
I know.
Thank you, Craig. That was a really good point.
Thanks, brother.
Astute point from Craig Elston, and we appreciate your contributions as always.
All right, guys. I'll see you next week.
Thank you, buddy.
Craig Elston appearing on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking. It is better. Yeah. The hitters don't challenge. I don't know if it's maybe, Manny doesn't even like it. Tatis has done it once all year long. He's like, it's not even, he doesn't
he
even
was 0
think
for 1.
about
He's like, that's
I'm
it
done.
for me.
Xander was going for a while, and now he's kind of forgotten about it.
No,
it's like, okay.
They're not good at it.
They're definitely not strong. All right, we will come back. We've got Take on Woods. We've got Dennis Lynn all in our 8 o'clock hour coming up next with Ben Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
right, we are halfway home on a Monday. Ben and Woods, 97.3, The Fan. It's rare that we all have senioritis 6 days before we're supposed to graduate, I guess. By graduate, I mean head to Chicago on Sunday.
I had senioritis in my junior year of high school.
Yeah, I guess I did too. But I'm usually like, hey, listen, let's focus on the task at hand. And, we'll get there. We'll get through the week. That's all I'm thinking about.
You're such a hardo about it with me, too.
I am such a hardo.
Oh, you're the vacation. You are starting to look for signs like a month out. Ben, are you looking ahead to your golf trip? You look distracted there. You're thinking about golf trip. What are you searching on the internet right now during the break?
I'll
Ben?
see him over there on his phone, and I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, you're looking at your Eat Her app, looking for somewhere to eat while you're in Oregon next month. Yeah, I am. He just called me a hardo, by the way. I don't think I've ever been so proud in my life. I'm going to tell you right now, I'm you right now. That's all I'm thinking about.
I'm pretty excited.
I was driving in this morning going, is there something we can do to make the time go faster? And I don't know. I'm trying to think of it because I just want to get there and get back to Chicago, man. I'm really excited for the trip. The three of us, you get into these things when you're a show and you're like, you start to look at each other in the morning. And you're like, hey, how you doing? Good. And you're not as like engaged with each other. And then you go on one of these trips and you're like, it helps you out. Like it helps bond the team.
I thought the Philly trip last year did wonders
for our show. Yeah.
Now, I understand that most tier ones do not get to come with us. 50 will be coming with us, and we're very excited. But we will virtually take the rest of you with us. I was telling my son about the trip last night when we were having a Father's Day dinner. And I said, we'll be broadcasting live from the Odyssey Studios in Chicago, which it's right around the corner from our hotel, which is fantastic. Yeah. We get to start at 8 a.m. instead of 6 a.m., which is just
it's a dream.
Brilliant. Central Time. Thank you very much. And it's located in the Prudential high-rise building. So we're going to have, I think, like views, Lake Michigan, like
it's beautiful up there, man.
You probably see like 5 or 6 states from where we are. High up there in the buildings, and hopefully, it's going to be pretty amazing. So if you can't make it with us and you didn't get to go on this trip,
you're coming.
We will try to bring every moment to you and give you the flavor of Chicago and being at Wrigley Field, and it should be pretty awesome next week.
Yeah, man. I'm just really excited for it. I like hanging out with you guys and getting a chance to do it. It's different if it's like, hey, you guys want to go grab lunch? Like, usually after the show, you're like, I just want to go home. You're like, I have another job I have to go to. And
I'm off that job all next week. So
great.
just focus on us and being in Chicago with the tier ones. It's going to be fantastic.
It's going to be so much fun. I'm Woodsy. That's Paul Reindl. He's the executive producer of the program. And Ben Higgins is your friendly neighborhood sports anchor. A lot of people in the chat are just tuning in for the first time to see my new haircut. And I did. I went and sat down on Friday, which was our day off. And I told my man Zeke, go ahead and give me the Adam Klug. So I did this in honor of him. It
is actually very similar to Adam's cuts.
The worst compliment you could have given me.
You're gonna start talking like, hey,
how much is this?
Except his doesn't have as much gray in it.
Mine's not really.
No,
I
noticed is mostly in your beard.
The gray is in my beard now. So Hannah
on the sides.
Hannah said, when you do this, what if it's just all gray? And I go, I don't. At this, what do I care? Are you leaving me? You're not? Okay, great. What do I care? I'm just going to try new stuff. David says I look like a thumb. I already look like a thumb. Okay, I already look like a thumb. Do I look like more of a thumb now than I did?
Just a little bit more.
Oh, really?
Well, you have a little more forehead now showing.
And 5 head.
5 head. Yeah, which is the thumb.
I can see it.
Part is the forehead.
You know the worst part that you forget about is the back of your head that looks like now a 6-pack of hot dogs.
Well, that's why I can't.
I don't want to show it because they're going to make fun of me. But
I kind of want to see now.
Oh my God! It looks like a
why is there a
pug's
strip
butt
in the back? Is that part of the deal?
I didn't tell you about my surgery.
The strip
right there.
Yeah.
It's a fat roll. Obviously, it's like a roll of fat.
It looks like a pug sitting,
yes.
down, and he just had a haircut and like the wrinkly butt.
Yeah, it's a coin slot, is what Carlos calls it.
We sneak stuff in through there.
Put 3/4 in the back of Woods' head and pull the handle. See if we can win some money.
So I just wanted I wanted to just do a shout out for our boss for the inspiration for this haircut.
The Klug.
The Klug is what they call it.
Ben asks for the Mao.
Yes,
You
the
asked
chairman
for the
Mao,
Klug.
and I get the Klug. And yeah. I'm glad I'm here for all of your amusement. You've driven me to therapy and not meds yet. Not quite there yet. But
how do our barbers Zeke and Juan think about our discussions of our hair on this program?
I mean, Zeke did a good job at the end of the day.
You did what you asked.
Dude, you want the Klug? Here you go, man. I'd be giving you the Klug.
I've been asked twice this morning if you're having a midlife crisis.
No, I live constantly in a midlife crisis. Constantly.
I was going to say, do you think you've already had it? Is it still to come?
Ben, it's constant. It's a constant struggle for self-realization, peace, inner peace, calm. It's never going to end. I know who I am, but I try to and I'm not trying to be like a Buddhist monk or anything with this haircut. I just needed a change. I just wanted an energy flip, right? And I'll tell you, when he shaved my head, it felt good. The wind was blowing in. I go, ooh, that's nice. When I was playing ball yesterday, I mean, I had the worst game of my life, but you take your batting helmet off and you're like, oh, it was nice. It just felt good. And it was just time for a change.
I do miss the feeling of like just running my hand like along the back, like my neck right after it's been buzzed.
Again, like I said, when I put sunglasses on, I look pretty tough. Now I look like a nerd right now, but when
someone's security guard,
just more like, don't mess with that guy. He looks crazy. It does lend
if you had aviators on, you'd be a cop.
Yeah, well, I was. We got
Private Woods. I see.
Yeah. We got it. The kids, needed a talking to this weekend, and I did feel that it came off a little scarier with the shaved head than it did before. Certainly.
Now, I thought you were going to say they couldn't take you seriously while you were disciplining
they were like,
them.
they were like more
full
scared.
price for your haircut, or do you get a discount when it's just the buzz? Good, because Adam says he would have done it for free.
See, and you think he and Zeke even said, dude, everybody thinks they can do their own. They can't. You need to come in. I'm like, all right, well, that's you telling me I need to use your service.
I mean, if I was a hairdresser, I would say the same thing.
Right. But I think he's
we
right.
say the same thing about podcasters. Everyone thinks they can do their own show.
Oh, yeah. Until you actually get a mic.
Until you actually try it, it's much harder than you realize.
Yeah, it's
in college, we would all buzz each other's hair. We're like, hey, can you clean up the back for me?
It's just it feels more freeing, and I like it. I do. I'm pretty happy with it. It is jarring when you walk by the mirror because you forget that it's there. But
well, we talked about the back of your head. Let's talk about the front of your face now.
For those of you that aren't on social media, we were in the front yard on Friday, killing time, waiting for my kids' grandmother to come, and my kids and my wife and her. Guess where they were going on a Friday afternoon?
Back to the fair.
Back to the fair.
I didn't know that. That was just my knowledge, my deep-seated knowledge of the Woods family.
Back to the fair they went. And they asked, would you like to go? I said, absolutely not. I did my 4 hours, and I love it. I do love it, but I got my fill. And we just were there. So no, I don't.
It's like a really fun stint in prison, but you don't want to go back.
Yeah, that's exactly right. It's like this wasn't bad. There's some good dudes in my cell, but I did my thing.
I don't need to go back again.
Right. Like, love those guys. Hope they're well. Nothing. They treated me very nicely. The food was actually pretty good. But I'm good. I like being at home on a Friday afternoon. I'm watching some baseball. I'm having a good time. And so Bo and I are out in the front, and we're killing time like we always do. And I'm throwing him a ball. He's catching, and he really has gotten into catching. And he's working on the footwork. It's really hard, man. 8-year-olds trying to get to the position where they can throw a kid out at second or third. So he's kind of working on that little jump turn throw. And we're just out there killing time. We're not training or anything like that. I'm in flip-flops, and so I'm just flipping him the ball. He's catching it with his glove hand. He'll turn and then throw. And I think the reflexes are gone because this is what happened.
You want to wear it or no? Right. Ready, go. Good.
So he hits me.
You took it. I mean,
he hits me square.
Looked like the nose almost.
It was in the throat.
Oh, got you in the throat.
Right in the Adam's apple. Like dead on in the neck. Adam's apple. Got me. The Klug apple, as I call it. And now it's a foam bowl, just so you know, but it's the dense foam bowl. Here, stand right here.
No. We're
okay.
good. We're good.
The worst part of all of it.
You want to wear it or no?
Obviously.
Ready, go. Good.
Yeah, right in the neck.
Did you hear my wife in the background?
I hear, "Oh, are you okay, honey?" Is that what she's?
No,
is that what that is
Play
translated
it
to?
again. Maybe. Hey, are you okay? That ball hit you in the throat.
Yeah.
You want to wear it or no? Right. Ready, go. Good.
The first time I thought I heard, "Oh my God,
Is he okay?
honey, are you okay?"
Babe, are you okay? Dude.
But on second listen, it sounds
It does
more like
sound a little bit like she's laughing now.
maniacal
Now that
laughing.
I needed to hear it one more time.
Ready, go. Good.
Okay, yeah.
You hear that kind of choking noise. That
I am
Woods
starting to
makes
hear a little
from
bit of a
getting in the
laugh
throat.
now. Yeah. And then
Yeah, man, she has a I think it could be categorized. It's probably in the DSM-4. She has it's a disease maybe, or like an affliction or a condition. This woman, Taylor, hit his head the other day doing something dumb. She was laughing so hard she almost snotted.
oh my God.
And she has this thing when she sees one of us go down and we're like, she starts laughing uncontrollably. And then once you start, there is no stopping. There's no stopping. Little Taylor, Bo didn't even move. Taylor goes, Dad, like he thought I was done for. He's the only one that checked on me. But man, she goes, why? She goes, you didn't even attempt to catch the ball.
No, you never moved your hands.
I thought he was just going to do the footwork. I didn't know he was actually going to. I'm just looking for the catch and the move. You don't understand, dude. Anytime something happens to my kids or me, remember when I fell out of the hammock and almost
I was just going to bring
severed
that
my
up.
spine?
Now, what was Hannah's reaction to seeing that?
When she watched the video, I think she peed a little bit. I'm not kidding, man. It is unbelievable.
That's the sound.
That was the sound of your
that
head.
Woods made falling out of his hammock.
Is that where that line comes from on the back of your head? You hit the corner of the patio.
I think so, dude.
I mean, no one's ever been dumped so brutally and quickly from a hammock.
When I hit it.
That's the choking noise.
She was, when I'm telling you, dude, she was holding Taylor the other night, holding him, and like this. I'm like, stop! What are you laughing? He's in pain. I go, you have a disease. What is it called? There's got to be.
Oh, God.
You know, if you have arachnophobia, you're scared of heights. You're agoraphobic. You're afraid of closed places.
Schadenfreude in German.
Is that what it is?
It's taking pleasure at the misfortune of others.
She has it. She has the worst case of Schadenfreude that has ever been. If she sees somebody fall or get injured, she thinks it's the funniest. She thinks it's the funniest. I'll never forget when we first started dating.
Oh, God.
We were walking downtown somewhere. We were on staycation, I think, and I tripped. She fell to her knees in laughter. And I'm like, we're kind of new dating. And I'm like red-faced, embarrassed. And then I start to get mad. I'm like, it's not funny. No, it is. It's really, I could have really been hurt.
What did she say the first time she saw your Wipeout video?
Why do you bring that up?
Sorry, this is.
Haven't we pissed all over me enough today? Anything else you want me to?
You're so sensitive about that one.
And is there anything else you want me to show my gut to the fans?
You're so sensitive about that one. You can laugh at yourself so easily. about everything else. But when Wipeout gets brought up, you really it's a sore point for Stephen Woods over there. Is that slowed down?
Slowed down loud.
The fact that everything gets caught on camera at your house is also just, you set yourself up for it.
It hurt, dude. It did. It got me. It was like if he hit me in the shoulder, it wouldn't have hurt at all. He got me
Just
right
right
in the Adam's. I was like, but to make lemonade from lemons, pretty good footwork and throw.
Actually
pretty solid.
I mean, that's
for the
really
kid.
where you're aiming on the target, and you got your right square on.
What does she have? I need somebody to identify it. I don't think Schadenfreude works.
Not quite.
It's a phobia, not a phobia. It's a symptom. Honestly, if she saw somebody get hit by a car, she would start laughing. She can't control it. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
How was Bo reacting?
He didn't move. You see him.
He just kind of walked over to the tree.
Yeah, he just was like,
Taylor
uh-oh.
actually looks like he might be concerned for his father.
Yeah, his father just got.
Bo's a little worried that he might be in trouble,
right?
For some reason,
Yeah.
He's looking at mom like, "Is that my fault?
Am I going to be punished here for this?"
Why didn't you even attempt to catch it? Is what she said. You didn't even put your hands up. I thought he was just doing the footwork. So good, man. So that was it was a real interesting weekend for me.
We have to take a timeout. When we come back, it's time to play Take on Woods.
There's nothing else that I've done to embarrass myself that you want to bring up.
We can, if you lose, we can laugh
Hey,
at
here's
you.
my belly and what it currently looks like.
We can laugh at you horribly. If you lose, we have new categories. Music, movies, TV, and a wild card category this week. Try to win the staycation at the Town and Country. Call now, 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Take on Woods, then Dennis Lynn, all coming up with Ben and Woods on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, as a baseball fan, you know the best teams don't wait until the end of the season to make adjustments. They look at what's working and what's not, and then they make changes. That mindset matters in retirement, too. You're probably not in the perfect plan. I wasn't. Trajan Wealth can help. TRAJANwealth.com. Their fiduciary advisors work with you to review your current investments and retirement strategy. Even if you don't have much of one like I didn't, you can help identify risks, inefficiencies, and opportunities you may be missing, especially in today's unpredictable market. Sometimes it's not about starting over. It's just about making smart adjustments. Trajan Wealth has offices at Liberty Station, Carlsbad, and Del Mar, and they work with people who want clarity instead of guesswork. If it's been a while since you reviewed your plan, now is a great time. Start by calling 1-855-TRAJAN1. That's 1-855-TRAJAN1. And when you're ready, everything starts at TRAJANwealth.com. Trajan Wealth. Plan smarter. Dream bigger. Advisory services through Trajan Wealth LLC. Additional services through Trajan Estate and Trajan Tax. Actual client. Paid advertisement. Additional disclosures at TrajanWealth.com.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
All right, let's get right to it. We got a contestant on the line. We got Dennis Lynn coming up. So let's play today's game. It is time to take on Woods. Take on Woods, brought to you by Bay Alarm, security and fire alarms for every business. We got you, and usually at least once a month, Guy gets in, and he has gotten in today. Good morning, Guy.
Hey, good morning, Ben.
All right, let me give you the four new categories that you've got as you try to qualify for our staycation at the Town and Country. Check out their 3 pools, their water slide with the special fan rates starting $199 per night at towncountry.com/thefan. And again, also includes the $250 food and beverage credit. All right, we've got music this week is called Road Warriors. 5 2-second songs that include the word road. We've got TV, the executive branch, 5 shows that were set in and around the White House. Movies, ampersands, 5 movies whose titles are 2 names separated by an ampersand, a little and symbol. And then our wild card category is called board game. So you've got music, TV, movies, or wild card. Guy, what would you like to play?
Let's try the wild card.
Oh, we're going right to the wild card this week. All right, this week's wild card is called board games. Today on Take on Woods, I will name 3 features found in a well-known board game. You just need to tell me which board game I am referring to. No songs, no music, so we'll just get to the 60 seconds and see how you do against Woods. And if you beat or tie him, you will qualify for the grand prize. Guy, are you ready to play?
Sure.
All right. The category is board games in the wild card. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when I give you your first 3 names. Here we go. Good luck, Guy. Let's take on Woods. Gumdrop Mountains, Lollipop Forest, Peanut Brittle House.
Shoots and ladders.
Incorrect. The Hub, Wedges, Sports and Leisure.
Trivial Pursuit.
Correct. Attacker Dice, Artillery Card, Kamchatka.
That's some nerdy war game. It's called pass.
The Miner, The Spy, The Marshal.
The Miner, The Spy, The Marshal. I don't know.
Pass. All right. Destination Ticket, Locomotive Card, The Longest Route.
Jeez. picked the wrong one today,
You
didn't
certainly
I?
did. Sounded like you knew your board games.
No. Hell, I don't know.
All right.
The other one was Candyland.
It was, but you already said Chutes and Ladders. So you only got the one, Trivial Pursuit. Yeah, the first one was Candyland. Kamchatka was Risk. The Minor, the Spy, and the Marshal is Stratego. And Destination Ticket, Locomotive Card, and Longest Route, that's Ticket to Ride. All right,
I've never
let's
even
see.
heard of Ticket to Ride.
Well, they get harder as you go on, Paul. I can't make them all easy. All right, we're playing the wild card today, and I will give you the category against Guy. It is called board games. So I will give you 3 features. You need to tell me which board game it is, Woods. 60 seconds on the clock. Your time begins when I give you your first grouping. Good luck, Woods. Let's take on Guy. Gumdrop Mountains, Lollipop Forest.
Candyland.
Correct. The Hub, Wedges, Sports and Leisure.
Oh, Trivial Pursuit.
Correct. Attacker Dice, Artillery Card, Kamchatka.
Risk.
Correct. The Minor, the Spy, the Marshal.
Pass.
Destination Ticket, Locomotive Card, The Longest Route.
Life?
Incorrect.
F.
The Minor, the Spy, the Marshal.
The Wild West.
Stratego.
Oh, never played
We
it.
never played Stratego, but you did win 3-1 in our wild card. So 1 for 1 this week. Woods gets a victory.
What an idiot. You loser. Get Hannah's laugh in there, too. Most cutting laugh.
Sorry, guys. Is that the new punishment for a loss?
That's elite.
It's like evil.
It's, dude, Paulie,
It's
when
not,
you see
not
it,
evil. It's like menacing.
if you
If
you ever fall down
Piercing.
in front of her or like sit down half on your show, she will die. She makes you feel this big, bro.
Oh man, I can't wait to, like, next time I'm hanging out with both you and Hannah, I'm gonna like shoot a spit wad
Yeah,
at
do
you,
something.
trip you,
Do something.
give you a wedgie or something.
What was the minor one?
Stratego.
What was the other one?
Risk.
Ticket to Ride is the last
Never
one.
even heard
it's a
of
little slightly newer,
That's what
maybe
I
like
said.
25 years old, but
Is that right?
I played it with my kids all the time growing up.
Never heard of it. I just had this. I know we have to go, but I just had this convo. I hate board games.
I thought you'd be
Oh.
terrible at that one, but you still won. You got 3 right.
I
so
hate them.
yeah, I
I
didn't
wish-
have a lot of hope for you there, and you still ended up with a victory.
It's like a parental deficiency.
A guy definitely said, I guess I picked the wrong category. I just figured when he went with that he knew his board games.
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
oh, there were a lot of people in the chat who got a lot of them. I saw a lot of correct answers in our YouTube
Guy
chat.
only got one.
You only got the one. He said Shoots and
Ridiculous.
Ladders instead of Candyland.
Oh, that's a good.
Similar
guess.
game,
Yeah.
obviously, but the candy makes the whole difference.
My kids love them, dude. And I'm like, oh, your mom will play. I'm the worst. The
You don't.
worst.
Is it the patience? Is it
I
what? You
guess.
don't
I don't
have,
know. I think
you
it's the sitting still and I just.
Yeah. You're more of an outdoor activity.
I hate them. I hate them. So I actually am more of a lay on my ass and watch TV guy than that. But
Aren't we all?
yeah.
All right, let's take a time out. When we come back, we will go inside the Padres with our Linsider, Dennis Lynn from The Athletic, coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan. First, though, I want to tell you about the program that I use to lose 40 pounds in 60 days. And I know you say, that sounds kind of impossible. It's not. You can do the same. You can lose up to a pound of fat per day, 10 to 20% of your body weight in 2 months, thanks to SDFatLoss.com. It's a program based on eating real foods, not shakes or bars, stuff from the grocery store. I ate a lot of chicken, ate some steak, ate some ahi tuna. They tell you kind of when and where, how much to eat. And if you can follow the program, and I could, you can lose weight real fast without the expensive injections that you're going to have to stay on for months, years, $3,000 to $5,000 a year in cost for a lot of people. This is a one-time fee, and if you sign up now at sdfatloss.com, get your free consultation, take $200 off that fee as well. Their spring special, even though I know summer's getting started, we'll still take $200 off the program, get you into a new you before 3/4 of the year is done. How about that? No more New Year's resolutions going into 2027. Thanks to sdfatloss.com and their effective program at sdfatloss.com. Results may vary.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please
Just a
don't.
little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Not that now.
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Men and Woods brought to you by David P. Shapiro, criminal defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Got our Lynn Sider, Dennis Lynn, standing by. Paulie, if you would get to the open, please.
Happy Monday, Padres fans. It's time to discuss the weekend that was for the Padres with our Ben & Woods Lynn Sider, Dennis Lynn from The Athletic. Brought to you by Hamul Casino Resort. Hey, player, the rooftop pool's open. Day passes are available, and the spa is calling your name. Hamul Casino Resort, the player's place.
Dennis has a new piece out this morning titled Padres' Shaky Rotation Rises to the Forefront of Teams' Concerns. Don't disagree with you, Dennis. The problem is, as we talked about earlier, it's kind of every pitcher. And they're not all so bad that you're just out of every game.
Right.
So it makes it difficult to figure out, like, who do we replace and who do we replace them with in order to make this team better? I mean, do you see a move coming up within the next week or so, a rotation change for the Padres?
Well, we asked Craig Stammen if he expects Lucas Giolito to make his next turn in the rotation, whether that's a start or as a bulk guy, and he said he does. So, yeah, maybe not. They have an off day coming up, so it's not like these guys are going to be overworked, and they haven't been overworked because they're not pitching deep into games. So I think if you're going to look at a move, it would probably be, in my mind, the best option is maybe Johnny Brito. But if you're going to throw him out there against the Dodgers for his first starts or first game in the majors in over a year, I don't know if that's something you want to do. So yeah, they're kind of stuck where they are. They just need these guys to pitch better, which is not an easy thing the way things are going.
And it's funny, Dennis. Craig has I asked him about Steven Souza Jr. Is it time for a new voice? No, I don't think so. I mean, I don't know that he or really any manager is going to be the type to say while someone's still on the roster or employed as, yeah, that's probably it for him. That's probably it for Lucas. But you can't deny and he has not been effective. He really somebody tweeted, and this could be dead on accurate. He hasn't really been effective for more than like 3 pitches at a time since he's been a San Diego Padre. And I certainly understand the lack of a spring training, but now it rears its head. Oh, so this is why nobody wanted him, right? I mean, that's kind of how we're all feeling at this point. And I know fans are very reactionary, and we would fire everyone to the sun after one bad game, myself included. But, they do have options finally. And are you going to miss a Lucas Giolito if he goes?
Well, that's the thing. Do they actually have options? I'm looking in the minors, and yeah, I mean, Herman Marquez has been rehabbing, making rehab starts. Matt Waldron days in the organization are probably numbered.
Yeah.
JP Sears is like a 9 ERA.
Oh, cool. I totally forgot he was here.
Yeah, things are great.
And the next start's against the Dodgers, if I'm not mistaken. His next turn in the rotation would be against the Dodgers. How do you run him out there? Or, I guess in that case, Herman Marquez, JP Sears. Maybe we don't have options, and Giolito is the best at what we have right now.
Yeah, maybe you just chalk it up as a game you're not likely going to win, though that's not a place the Padres want to be right now when every game counts so much. I mean, this upcoming homestand, I know it's hyperbole at this point, and it's a long season and all that, but it's summertime now, and the trade deadline's a little over a month away, and you've got to prove something if you're going to actually buy. So I think, yeah, they have some tough calls coming up. I don't know if Giolito's going to make that turn, and I think, yeah, you're right. Craig's probably not going to tell us exactly what they're going to do at this point, but I just still thought the fact that he said, yes, I do expect him to make his next turn was interesting.
Last Wednesday, Craig Stammen joined our program, and Woods asked him about keeping Manny Machado, in the top 3 or 4 of the order, and whether or not it might be time to move him down. I know a lot of people have asked that question. You wrote about it as well, but it did feel like on Saturday after the game that Stammen was almost talking directly to Woods when he said, that's why I don't move Manny Machado down in the order. Thank you very much. What was your reaction to kind of Craig's comments after Manny hit the home run in the 10th?
Yeah, I think I might include me and Kevin Acey in that
yes
address, because we had asked him after the game, after the cameras were off, just about some line of things, and he kind of went through his thinking. He said one thing I thought was interesting, just kind of paraphrasing, is he said he doesn't think there's a big difference between batting Manny third and batting fifth, or just for that matter, any player. I mean, I might disagree with that, but you have to keep in mind this is Manny Machado. He's making the most money in the organization. He hasn't batted fifth since I think like August 2024. And that's when the Padres had like the deepest offense, I felt like, in the majors.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a tough spot that he's in. He's managing his friend, his former teammate. This is a guy, Manny, he's already had 5 Padres managers, and each manager kind of has to tread a little cautiously around Manny, just the way they handle him. So that's part of it. It's an interesting dynamic, but especially for Craig, because again, he played with the guy. But I think it's also kind of the same general question that you have about, if you're going to put Lucas Giolito on the IL or DFA him, it's like, who do you replace him with? Like, who do you replace Manny with in the lineup? Yeah,
That's
maybe
it.
Gavin Sheets for a couple games here and there, but still, this is your best hope, and you got 7.5 years left on Manny Machado's contract. So you want him engaged, you want him happy. I think you need him to, start hitting like Manny Machado if you're going to go anywhere this season. So this is the best course they've determined, and I know it doesn't always look pretty, and it probably pisses off a lot of fans at times, but I don't know what the alternative is at times too.
Yeah, it's different. I wonder in LA. Then they did finally move Mookie down. Mookie's hitting 215 right now. Now, again, the argument you can always bring up is Mookie's got all the rings. Fine. Oh, and you're right. I see Dodger fans complaining way too much about Mookie Betts polishing their rings. But, he was hitting second, batting about 170 for a time. They did finally move him down, but again, they moved him to fourth. I wonder if it's couched the same way in L.A. as, Dave Roberts is afraid of Mookie Betts, afraid to move him down. They've got all this money invested, or is it just the villain Manny Machado? I don't know. He's your greatest power threat right now, which isn't saying much on this team. He's the guy that has the most home runs, so it sometimes makes sense to me. Sometimes, like after Friday night, it doesn't.
Yeah, and obviously the Dodgers have the deepest lineup probably in the National League, and
they could hit him seventh. They could hit Mookie Betts seventh, and maybe that's their beef. Is like you have 6 other players outperforming him. Why are you managing and massaging his ego? Hitting him second or fourth, even for that matter. But it's certainly couched differently.
Yeah, it feels different this year, right? Because you saw Zach Wheeler throw Manny Machado 9 straight fastballs. Yeah. So guys are just straight up challenging him at times. And keep things in perspective. Let's not go crazy over his 10th inning home run the other day. It's off Joe Ross, who, to be honest, I didn't know he was still in the league.
Same.
So, yeah, so Skip Schumacher's having some bullpen issues. He's managing shorthanded too. But the Padres, speaking of shorthanded, they have like 4 guys or 5 guys, it feels like at this point in the lineup, who were the guys who were picked off, the waiver wire, or AAA guys at the start of the season. So they really just don't have many options. And again, they need to get them going. I don't know if you're going to move them down to 5th or 6th, is that really going to get them going? Maybe. But again, I think you just have to look at just the broader, bigger picture, and the Padres are trying to win a war here, and I don't think that's a battle that Craig Stan is inclined to pick right now.
That's a good point.
Dennis Lynn from The Athletic is our guest, our Linsider on Mondays, and I think we're guilty of it as well. We harp on the players that are not performing, like Manny Machado. Once they start performing, we kind of ignore them. And Fernando Tatis Jr. has certainly turned around his season offensively. Have we looked into exactly why? We see the stance kind of opened up again. Has he said anything in terms of what is seemingly working so much better right now? Even though, obviously, caveat, the home run numbers aren't up, but everything else looks pretty good from Tatis.
I do notice, Ben and Dennis, too, the body language experts have been remarkably quiet over the last 6-7 weeks. Remarkably quiet, almost like they don't tweet anymore.
Yeah, it helps when he's hitting three whatever he's hitting over the past month or whatever, right? But I'll give him credit. He hasn't, there hasn't been as much, I guess you could call it pouting this year overall, even when he wasn't hitting home runs. He's made it a point, I think, and I know the coaching staff talked to him about it in the offseason. Craig Stammen talked to him about it in the offseason. Try to just be a little more positive, try to realize that his body language does affect the rest of the team, and he's got a remarkable ability to kind of bring guys with them, whether for good or bad. But yeah, he's not the kind of guy who's super expansive about mechanics and everything, whether he's going, good or bad. I think, he's opened up more in the box. He's standing more open. I think, there was obviously an emphasis wherever it came from, whether that was his dad or whoever he was talking to, about trying to be more of a complete hitter going into the season. So he's more closed off and trying to use more of the field. And trying to go the other way. Obviously, they've made some adjustments. I know he's enjoyed having Raul Padrón on the coaching staff. He's a new hitting instructor this season for the Padres, basically one of the assistant hitting coaches. He had him in Double-A back in 2018, 8 years ago. So maybe just going back to some of the basics have really worked here. And yeah, clearly he saw things weren't working the way he was doing them early in the season. So yeah, he's made some adjustments.
Dennis, good talking to you. Now, are you going on the next trip to Chicago? Because we are going to be there broadcasting live from Chicago next Monday.
No, I heard you guys are making a trek. I unfortunately won't, but I'll be in LA later that week.
All right,
so glad to miss you guys.
We'll have the whole road trip covered from our perspective then, which is great.
We will not be in LA.
No, we're not allowed.
No, not allowed there.
Dennis, appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Brother.
Thanks, guys.
Dennis Lynn on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not big bank banking, it is better. And this hour on 97.3 The Fan is brought to you by GL Pools, the swimming pool experts trusted by thousands of San Diegans since 2006. Baseball season is in full swing, so is swim season. Make sure your pool is ready. Call now, mention radio for a free month of pool service. All right, we have Rindle Report headlines to get to. Paulie's got his stories from the weekend.
A reason to look forward to summer in the Rindle Report, Paulie? Is that one of the ones you were going to do?
Oh, yeah. We're going to do it. The story that Woodsy sent over the other day. Yeah.
Hey, summer's here. Gentlemen.
Swim season.
Something season, but be excited that summer is here. A lot of you guys are feeling a lot better than you did in the spring. Yep.
We also have our MLB reach around and Zach Top tickets to give away to the concert at Pechanga Arena.
Jeez.
What?
Nothing.
Am I missing something?
Just a rubber match. That's about it. I think that's the only thing you didn't get in.
Well, if they lost the rubber match
yesterday
against the Texas Rangers.
That's right. That's right.
And we'll preview the series against the Atlanta Braves, pitching matchups and more. The Braves pitching doesn't look as scary as their lineup does, that's for sure.
Until now.
But we'll talk about it coming up in our final hour.
Why would you say that? Why would you say that?
Well, I know
he's never going to learn.
Martin Perez is going to shove against his old team. We know this. Coming up on The Fan. My kids are a little older now.
Should make them fill one out.
23 and almost 21. But I do remember the days of elementary school when Father's Day weekend was approaching.
Yeah.
They'd have to fill out the
all about
Father's
Dad.
Day ad lib.
Yeah, Mad Libs kind of.
Yeah.
It's at mine. It was from Taylor. All about Dad. My dad's name is Steven, but I call him Dad.
Okay, good.
My dad is 50 years old.
Accurate.
His job is radio host. His favorite color is green.
That's right, isn't it? No, I would have said your favorite color is green.
Would you?
I
My
think
favorite
so.
color is black, the absence of all colors. His favorite food is meat.
Hardo.
His favorite drink.
Wait. His favorite food is meat?
Yes. I told you I eat ground beef and rice.
How did you gain all the weight?
Carnivore.
No, I'm eating like ground beef and rice, like 12 meals a week. So every time he sees me in the kitchen, like browning some ground beef. That's what he sees.
What are you thinking for dinner tonight? Meat.
Every night. If it wasn't for them, Paulie, I would look like Brad Pitt.
So
in Fight
this is
Club.
not Meatless Monday for you?
No.
All right.
I'm telling you, if I didn't have 3 other mouths to worry about, I would look like Brad Pitt because I eat like a gem until those a-holes are around. And then I have no willpower. His favorite drink is Gatorade. There's worse answers he could have put. Right? Whiskey, wine.
I've never seen you drink a Gatorade.
I drink a lot of Gatorade.
Do you?
Like at the
Okay.
fields and stuff.
All right.
Yeah, I'm always sucking down a Gatorade. My favorite thing about Dad, he's nice. That sounds forced.
Coerced, perhaps.
It sounds forced. It makes him happy when I'm nice. There you go.
I would have said the Padres win.
It doesn't affect me at home anymore.
That's good.
I've grown. It used to, and it doesn't. Bigger perspective
All
on
right.
things.
Well, we will talk about the upcoming homestand and what would make us at least satisfied.
He should have said Eco Water. That's what he should have
Eco
said.
Water is his favorite drink.
That's what I
Get
should.
a sponsor in, Taylor.
Yes.
Any chance to
Any
get a
chance.
sponsor in?
Wow, Eco
You've
Water.
got to take it
Well,
here.
to be
from
fair,
the Bill House Studios, we know how.
he is his father's son because Woods doesn't remember a liner to save his
That's
life.
true.
That's a good point.
That is true. Yeah, it was like a hostage video. JC said, "He's nice when I'm nice." Meat, Gatorade, radio host. Not a lot of. He didn't expand elaboration. Yeah.
A lot of the answers.
Right. Take it away, Paulie.
And get things started here with our today's edition of the Reindl Report.
Now tuned into the greatest.
Welcome to the Reindl Report with Paul Reindl.
Hi, Paul.
All right.
2 stories from the world of sports that we haven't gotten to yet.
We'll start off in Major League Baseball.
And 1 story that you didn't know you needed.
Are you laughing, biatch?
It's the Reindl Report.
Hey, Paul, how you doing? Okay, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing today? Okay, how are you?
On 97.3 The Fan.
Are you ready to bless the mood? I need some help, please.
That was good.
Can I get a
All right.
I have to have it on a loop.
All right.
I say it at home all the time. I'm good.
How are you?
It's been like 2 weeks now.
And we still laugh every
Since
time.
we've added that.
Every time.
And it's still funny.
It's so funny. I'm
Oh,
good. I'm
man.
good. I need it on a loop in my head.
Okay, how are you?
Just
I'm good.
greatest,
I'm
man.
good. How are you?
So good.
How are you guys? Are you guys good?
I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Good.
I'm fine. I'm a little surprised. It's been 3 hours and 4 minutes since we took the airwaves, and not one of you asked me how my Father's Day weekend went.
It's just awkward at this point, Paulie.
Whatever. We'll move on. I got a nice Father's Day
Dog
story
dad over
here.
there, Paulie.
Yeah.
Do you celebrate?
No, I don't.
Did Megan celebrate you for Dog Dad?
No,
All right. Should dog dads be celebrated?
no.
You're a dog dad.
Every day.
You're a dog dad.
Yeah, but I don't. We're not doing like dog Mother's Day brunch or anything like that.
You don't want it for Father's Day just so you don't have to do it on Mother's Day. I get it.
Exactly.
My wife, by the way, who no one on the planet likes cards more and feels that a card is so valuable and meaningful. Hit me with you don't really want a card, do you? for Father's Day?
And the answer, of course, is no, I don't. I don't want a card, but I want this to also be
right. Quid pro
the
quo.
ability to not have to give you a card
Nope, I
and not
asked
be
her.
at the end of the world.
I asked her, and she said, "Oh no, me not getting you a card doesn't prohibit you from getting me a card. I demand one." I said, "Oh, okay. I like how this is working."
All right, well, we'll get started. I do have a feel-good Father's Day story, not from
hold on.
my life,
Question.
but
damn it,
from somebody else's.
So, like, no,
It was just a Sunday. It was literally just a Sunday. I always want to make sure I'm more mindful about my wife. It's a tough day.
It is.
She's part of the Dead Dad Club.
Mine too. So
I'm part of the Deadbeat Dad Club, and and so I always
jarring when he does it. So jarring.
My point was, I just want to make sure if she's okay, then we're good.
It is hard.
She's been better.
It's hard to celebrate. Like, we watched Father of the Bride last night, and I'm like, I kept looking over to make sure she was okay. She was, and I'm like, this was insensitive. I picked it, by the way. This was
It had
insensitive.
father in the title, and it was Father's Day.
Yeah,
It
it's
makes
true.
sense.
Yeah, Megan's in the chat. She's honestly, we didn't know it was this weekend. Like, I kind of forgot until I started seeing some Instagram posts, or I got like a group text I'm on. Somebody had their first, Father's Day as a dad, and I'm like,
It's
hey,
always
that's
the
awesome.
best.
I had a few friends actually celebrating their first.
I do want to point
Father's
out,
Day.
Mother's Day is all about Mother's Day. In June, it's always dads and grads. Celebrate your dads and grads at the same time.
We get lumped in.
We just get lumped in
Yeah.
with graduation season.
That's fair.
Like for catering advertising. Celebrate your dads and grads.
Come get
with
a new Sedano
taco
Ford.
box from Rubio's. Everything is dads and grads. New Sedano Ford.
That's right. That's right.
Oh, we can start actually in the world of golf. I'll let Benny have his moment here because I need to learn more about Miles Russell. I have never heard of this guy. He was actually making his major debut this past weekend at the U.S. Open at Shinnecock Hills.
Just
Shinnecock
finishing
Hills?
high school. He's going to Florida State next year.
Yeah, and really cool moment as he was finishing up his round. This was yesterday, and I believe it was on the 18th hole. Yeah, he had his caddy, so he's making his. It's Sunday of his major debut.
Made the cut, which is incredible for a kid that young.
Exactly. And so on the final hole of his first major of his career, his dad was standing there watching, following him along all day, and he actually had his caddy remove his caddy vest or whatever, the pullover vest, and he handed it over to his dad. And so Miles had his dad become his caddy just for the 18th hole, and father and son got to walk up the 18th of the U.S. Open.
So sick.
On his first weekend there as a pro.
I would love to do that for my dad. I would have to get in the U.S. Open first, which is going to be tough for me. It was a great moment. He surprised him. His dad didn't know he was going to do it. But he had alerted like the broadcast news, so they were ready to show it on camera as he walked up. Now, Miles Russell, he qualified for the U.S. Open through the actual qualifier. Do you know who his caddy was for the qualifier?
Tiger Woods.
Charlie Woods.
Charlie Woods.
His Tiger's son is his good friend Charlie Woods was Miles Russell's caddy. Not for the U.S. Open, but for the qualifier.
qualifying?
He carried the bag around for Miles.
That's pretty cool.
Two of the top young players in the country.
And Charlie's going where?
Charlie is, where is he going? Is he one more year before he goes to college, or?
It's all right. You can look
That's
it
all
up.
right.
Yeah, you figure it out and you let us know.
No, he's also going to Florida State, so they'll be teammates. Yeah, they both committed together.
We don't talk a ton about the ladies of basketball, but the WNBA is still in full swing and had a really cool moment yesterday. It was, now, I'm not totally sure on how this works, but it's the 30th anniversary season for the WNBA.
Right.
Even though it was 29 years ago yesterday that the game was played. The first ever WNBA game was played 29 years ago yesterday. It was the New York Liberty and the LA Sparks. And those two teams met yesterday on the anniversary to celebrate the WNBA's 30th season. And so they had 30 years, man. And I saw some of the highlights. I saw like Lisa Leslie and a bunch of these legends were there at Crypto.com Arena. And so with, let's see here, there was 7 seconds left when the Liberty, New York took a 97-95 lead, a 2-point lead with 7 seconds to go in LA. And the Sparks were able to find a way. Pretty awesome moment to wrap up the game.
2-point game, 8 seconds to go. Here is Wheeler up the floor. Wheeler with 3. Wheeler gives it up. Ogumake for the win. You bet. You bet. What a fitting finish to the 30th anniversary game. LA with the walk-off win.
I thought he stuttered. I thought he blew it. He said, what a fitting finish. I thought he was like a fitting finish.
Neka Gumuke, who is she's been around forever. She's the president of the Players Association, so she was doing a lot of the front-facing media opportunities when they were having their labor negotiations and all of that, and she just happened to get open there at the last second, hits the buzzer beater on a pretty special night for the WNBA.
Labor negotiations is something I think we are going to talk about tomorrow on the Ben and Woods program.
Yeah.
We need a little time and a little bit more research, but some
Guess
news.
what?
News
It's not going away. We've got
the news.
We've got plenty of time.
The news that broke on
Friday
when we were out was pretty insane.
Yeah, I mean,
insane.
again, take every proposal with a grain of
for
salt.
sure.
None of these are actually going to come to pass.
I sure hope
at the
not.
end.
I sure hope not. I can't believe I saw people advocating in favor of eliminating levels of the minor leagues. I really couldn't believe it.
Yeah, we'll dive into that tomorrow for
100%.
sure. One other just NBA story while we're talking a little bit of hoops. The draft is tomorrow night, as we said earlier, and Shams Charania from ESPN had quite a bit of news earlier this morning saying it's just a matter of when, but Giannis Antetokounmpo will be traded, he said, from the Milwaukee Bucks before tomorrow night's NBA draft. So sometime today or tomorrow. He said the Boston Celtics and the Miami Heat are going to be the 2 finalists for the Giannis trade.
Who's the number 1 pick, Benjamin?
AJ DeBanza,
for sure,
probably.
Yeah, it's not him or Darren Peterson.
It's not 100% sure, but
I'm just gonna buy some of their cards.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah,
you don't make that.
We can
kind of
watch
money.
that draft tomorrow night on ABC 10 in San Diego.
Look at you. Do we do any bits for the NBA draft?
We do not
don't.
do
Damn it.
mock the NBA draft.
You want to put something together
Yeah, we got nothing but time tomorrow.
quickly? We have nothing but time.
All right, and then finally, we will wrap it up with the story that Woodsy saw and sent over the other
It wasn't
day.
me. I didn't do this.
Well, you alerted us.
I just
to
tweeted
us.
it.
So thank you for sending it along. This story, by the way, written 8 years ago.
Now, wow, you are on top of things.
Yeah, Woodsy sent out reposted a screenshot.
Yes, I reposted a screenshot.
Now, this is it's not The Onion. It's a real article on people.com.
This is scientific study.
And the headline is Summer Penis is real. Doctors agree that heat may make men's penises appear larger. And yes, it was written in July of 2018. And Woodsy goes, well, it's new to us.
Yeah, summer is in full swing. And so too, apparently, is a phenomenon called summer penis.
Yeah.
It's like that movie that Don Orsillo was in. No, he wasn't in Summer Catch. He was in Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch.
There was Summer Catch. This is Summer.
Yeah. I don't remember
What's the
this.
science behind it?
Well, so the People magazine story here says the internet has been abuzz about the idea that body part appears to be larger in the summer and smaller in the winter.
Right.
And I go, I don't remember that internet craze. I don't remember everyone talking about
everyone
this.
remembers the Seinfeld episode.
Oh, yeah, shrinkage.
I was in the pool.
Wouldn't the opposite then necessarily have to be true? Warmage.
Couldn't it just go back to normal? This is that
Warmage.
they're actually saying in like a.
Well, anything that's
Well, so you have
anything in which temperature affects size.
Hold on, you have your baseline. Okay,
Right.
your baseline. Now your
So if the
baseline's a little
base-
different
if
than
the
other people's baseline.
If going
As we all
colder
know.
makes something smaller, wouldn't it logically stand
back to normal.
that going warmer would make something bigger?
I don't.
If it can change sizes, why would it only change size in one direction? It should be able to change sizes in multiple directions. We've already established that it can shift its shape based on temperature. So, I mean, yeah, we have to do more research, but
How do you do the research? You
I
walk out and
have
pull your
no
pants
idea
down in
how they
on
do
a
the
hot
research
summer
on these
day.
things. We need a study. We need 100 guys to sign up. We're going to put you in a room, and we're going to warm it up, and we're going to make observations.
Yeah, there's no real scientific proof. There's it's a lot of they're calling it fluctuation and just like how did a warmer environment could in theory have more an increase in blood flow, and it's more of a visual appearance, but nothing's actually getting bigger.
What picture was on the stream?
Oh, Ben.
Oh, must have been taken in that. Now here's the deal. That was taken in the winter.
Yes.
What happens to you in the summer? I can't come to work today. I
I'm
can't
wearing
tell you.
I'm actually wearing the same pants.
Good
You just never
God,
know.
It's like a cod piece. You look like Gene Simmons.
You don't want to look at it too long. It's scary.
Speak for yourself. Jesus Christ. Yeah, you don't have to wear a cup into work, man.
This doctor said when it's hot outside, you may take in more water, which may, in combination with the sweating, make it appear like your body or some skin or a part could be bloated. And that may give you the perception that things are.
This just is one of those, the more you know things. Frenchie said, I was in Palm Springs last week, was pleasantly surprised when I looked downstairs. Like he's in Palm Springs, it's warm. Hey, look at that.
Let's write a piece about it for the internet.
Let's write a piece about it for the internet. Thank you, Paulie. That was very informative.
As always.
As always.
Happy to help. Happy Father's Day.
Well, enjoy your summer. The rest of us. The Ben Higgins summer, as we call it.
Hopefully.
Summer of Ben.
Summer of Ben.
Let's take a quick time out. When we come back, we will get to our MLB reach around, look at the rest of the weekend in Major League Baseball, and we'll give away a couple of tickets to Zach Top at Pechanga Arena on September 17th. All coming up next on San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. GEGE 000466. For a full list of games and rules, play at 7 Mile Casino. Visit 7milecasino.com.
Well, beware. It's not super warm in 7 Mile Casino, just so you know.
Yeah, it's comfortable.
It's comfortable.
Comfortable.
So you're just average. You're just normal baseline. Yeah.
Everyone was wondering, are you going to play some more chips? Are you saving your chips for 7 Mile Casino? Can you bring your chips?
My chips won't play there.
To 7 Mile? I think they're a different sort of chip.
I feel like at this point with the team, I have to buy back in.
If you do want to play real poker chips, you can do so at the Texas Hold'em tables at 7 Mile Casino, San Diego's closest and best card rooms. Or if you'd rather play California-style blackjack, baccarat, or pai gow, they got all 4 games, and you're really going to enjoy the environment, the atmosphere, Woods, at 7 Mile Casino.
Yeah, atmosphere is great. Benny, the food is spectacular at 7 Mile Casino, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch on the weekends. Of course, they got the 24/7 players menu, but it's the card games, right? It's the California-style blackjack, the Texas Hold'em, the pai gow, and the baccarat that keep you coming back.
Just head south from downtown on the 5. You get right off there at E. You're already on Bay Boulevard in Chula Vista, the frontage road. You're pulling right in, playing just minutes from when you started. It's 7 Mile Casino, just 7 minutes from downtown.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? This spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Defense attorneys helping good people regain control of their future when charged with a crime since 2010. Visit davidpshapirolaw.com. Heard a promo there just a second ago on our break for a Draymond Green podcast.
Oh, okay.
Assuming that's Odyssey. I happened to run into Draymond's coach, Steve Kerr, this weekend when I was playing golf on Saturday.
Name draw.
A little bit. He was sitting there having lunch at the golf course, and I went up and said hello. It had been a while since I'd seen him in person. Yeah,
you did.
You interrupted his lunch.
I did. Well, Dad saw him first and said he wants to say hi. Go over and say hello. So I did.
How did your dad know that he wanted to say hi?
Apparently,
was he looking at you from across the room?
Apparently, they spoke, and Steve said,
dad ran into him.
My dad ran into him and said, "Go over and say hi to Steve Kerr." So I did. Got a big hug from Steve.
You did a radio show with Steve
I did.
Kerr. For how
I actually
long?
walked up to him and I said, "I still can't believe you left our successful radio show for some half-baked coaching career."
Did he laugh?
How did that turn out for you? And he says, it went okay. Not bad. But he is returning to the Golden State Warriors, re-upped, I think, for 2 more seasons, trying to...
Oh, he got a contract extension.
He did get a contract extension.
Is there
so
anybody
he is
on the
coming
planet
back.
that hasn't? gotten one?
But he gets more Draymond in his life. But it was good to see him, and it's been a while. Didn't make plans to have him on the show. We don't really talk a lot of Golden State Warriors basketball here.
We would make an exception.
We would.
We've tried. It's not like we haven't tried to get him.
We had him on. That was a
long.
ago.
We had him on 8 years ago. Yes, you're right. We've tried him several times since. He goes full AJ Preller on you. He does not. He does not return your texts.
Yeah.
Right.
But even like Skip Schumacher went a little AJ Preller on us this week, although he finally did get back to Paulie and said they had a weird schedule and he had the family in town for Father's Day.
They had like a weird weekday schedule last week where they played like Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, and then they finished the series on Thursday, which was weird. And then he said his family was in town for Father's Day weekend. I was like, dude, you're good. No worries.
Yeah, you're fine.
We could find an excuse to have him on at some point, even when the Padres aren't. No, Skip.
Oh.
even when the Padres aren't playing the Rangers.
We could find an excuse to have Steve Kerr on, too.
We probably
Anytime.
could.
It's Steve Kerr.
Right, well, I'll text him, and he won't respond.
You had him right there in the palm of
I
your hand. You
did.
guys hugged.
Yeah, we did.
Pretty good
So
time.
you should text him and be
You don't
like,
really do business at the
All right.
golf course,
That's
right?
exactly where you do business.
text him right now. You
Great
saw him, when did you
seeing
see him?
you.
Yesterday, Saturday?
Yeah, Saturday, yeah.
Just
Great
say, hey,
seeing
Steve,
you.
great seeing you on Saturday. Glad to hear everything's going well. Would love to have you on the show.
All right, I will do that after the MLB reach around, which we're getting to right now.
They're doing the
Reach around.
They're doing the
Reach around.
Everybody's doing the
Reach around. Our look at the rest of Major League Baseball begins in the NL West, where things look grim for the Los Angeles Dodgers, who have lost back-to-back games for the first time since early May.
Brutal.
They got destroyed by the Orioles 12-1. Season's pretty much over at this point.
Yeah.
Shohei Ohtani did return from paternity with a home run on Saturday. They lost that game too, though. So they're in the torture chamber right now. Looks like things are pretty much bleak in Los Angeles.
Many people are saying that to blow it up.
Yeah, I would think so.
Sell.
After that.
Sell,
Performance
sell,
against the Orioles.
Yeah,
I
sell
mean,
at home, right?
Yeah.
Sell,
Oh.
sell.
Things are also bleak for the Arizona Diamondbacks, who not only lost a series to the Twins with a 4-2 loss yesterday, they've also lost a lot of starting pitching. Mike Soroka, the latest to go down over the weekend. So their rotation is starting to crumble a bit. We talked a little bit about the Giants' loss to the Marlins earlier, 2-1, and don't do this. The Marlins are surging. They swept the Giants and are now tied with the Padres, half a game behind the Chicago Cubs for the last playoff spot in the National League.
I thought you weren't going to do playoff spots.
I'm just giving perspective of where everybody is. How can I tell you the Marlins are surging without telling you where they are now? That's just kind of perspective.
Where are we in a wild card?
Half a game behind the Cubs. They took the
So
wild.
we're out.
Right now, out. Yeah, the Cubs took the wild card spot yesterday by not playing as they were rained out against the Blue Jays because, that's the way to gain ground right now in the wild card races.
Don't play.
Don't play. You'll probably pick up a half a game on the other team.
Could we not play tonight out of protest?
Probably would
and
move up in the standings if that would work.
I like this.
The Phillies had a big weekend. Kyle Schwarber hit an upper deck home run after hitting 3 home runs on Saturday. And Bryce Harper hit a home run after hitting for the cycle on Saturday as they beat the Mets 6-2 yesterday.
All I kept thinking about the other day, by the way, I think Schwarber went, the distances were insane, but he hit 3 bombs and Bryce Harper hit for the cycle in the same game. And I just kept thinking to myself, how much fun would that be to watch? A game like
Bryce Harper, by the way, finished the cycle in the 5th inning.
In the 5th inning on a very questionable triple, by the way, but
very
it's
questionable.
very questionable.
Score was
The
very
score
generous.
was very generous.
If they had thrown to third, he would have been out by 35 feet.
Correct.
But they
He
threw home.
bobbled it or he threw home or something.
They threw home.
They bobbled it and threw home.
It was a double and third on the throw,
Right.
but they gave it to him.
I
It's
would
kind
have
of a
too.
cheap cycle.
I would have. There's no cheap cycles, by the way.
No, it was still 4 for 4
Right.
in 5 innings.
But I kept thinking, how fun to be a Phillies fan watching that game. I mean, again, 3 bombs
They
from
said
Schwarber.
it was the only other game like Luke Gehrig was involved when there was a 3-homer player and a cycle player in the same game.
So awesome.
Yeah. The Pirates needed a win to avoid a sweep by the Rockies. They got it 8-6. Brian Reynolds hit a 3-run home run. The Brewers topped the Braves 9-4, 8-run second inning for Milwaukee. Atlanta, who the Padres face tonight, has actually lost 7 of their last 10. And the 2 wins they had over the Brewers were both 1-run wins. Cardinals, in a big offensive performance, got 2 home runs from J.J. Weatherholt. They beat the Royals 12-10, but they needed that win to avoid getting swept by Kansas City. Tyler Stevenson's 3-run home run was the difference as the Reds beat the Yankees 4-1 to take 2 out of 3 in that series. The Rays got a go-ahead 2-run home run in the 7th inning from Johnny DeLuca as they beat the Nationals 4-3. So Nationals can't take advantage by losing 2 out of 3 to Tampa Bay. The Tigers have started rallying of late. They finished off a sweep of the White Sox in extra innings, 5-4. Detroit rallying late in the 8th inning. Dylan Dingler with a home run, and then Dylan Dingler hit an RBI single in the 9th to force the extra innings. The Angels earned a 4-game split with the A's by winning 9-7. Artie Moreno, I saw a story over the weekend, said not going to sell at the deadline, even though they are 15 games under 500. Dylan Dingler.
Reed Detmers could get back a very, very nice package.
I mean, if the Angels aren't selling, Who is? There really is no team in the American League that's out of it. I mean, the Tigers are only 11 under, but every team in the American League is within 7 games of a playoff spot.
I think if you're the Tigers, I think you have to. You
unload. Just swept the White Sox, who are leading your division.
But I think don't you have to trade Skubal?
I mean,
or
I think you have to wait. I think you have to wait and see what happens. I mean, if you pick up 4 games in the next month and a half and you're 3 out, you're going to really trade Skubal when you're 3 games out of a playoff spot.
But again, you cannot risk
you lose him for nothing.
You cannot risk the Shohei factor here. You just can't. If you're the Tigers and we can't afford to keep this guy. And I hate that about baseball now. I do. I hate that. I wish he would stay a Tiger for life because I know where he's going.
Would you have traded Dylan Cease last year if you were the Padres? Probably weren't going to keep him. Fighting for a playoff spot, but
I probably wouldn't.
You kept him. So, I mean, that's the same situation. I mean, obviously, Skubal is Cease plus, but
yeah, they're different.
But Cease got $200 million, and you let him get away for nothing because you wanted to keep him for the playoffs. And he threw well in the game he pitched in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then finally, Astros over the Guardians 2-1 as Houston wins the series, and that's your MLB reach around.
It's crazy to me, the Artie stuff. And again, that could just be posturing, right? It could just be.
It could be, but he's also many times said the same thing and then not really done the smart moves. There's trade deadline.
There's also a huge track record of not trading guys who should have traded. So while I do understand that, maybe this is, hey, I'm going to be smart for once and say these guys are off the table.
But then
getting more
for
them because Detmers has got years of control. He's really, really good. Adele is probably ready to be moved, and but yeah, they have pieces that teams are going to want, and now maybe based on Artie's potentially very smart comments, they're going to pay more.
Have to pay more.
You never know.
I kind of doubt it. All right, it is time to give away some tickets. Zach Top is coming to Pechanga Arena on September 17th. Tickets are on sale now at axs.com, but you can win them by being the 4th caller right now at 833-288-0973, 833-288-0973. Call now, win your pair of tickets to see Zach Top at Pechanga Arena this September. All right, we'll come back. We'll look at the pitching matchups for the series against the Atlanta Braves, the NL, one of the top 2 teams in the National League, and actually both of them coming into San Diego this week for the homestand. Get to that coming up next year on 97.3 The Fan.
He just here. I'll show you a little. Just a little.
Please don't.
Just a little bit. What hurts on you?
Nothing at all.
A little bit.
Nothing. Now,
So let's say
whatever you're about to touch is the only thing.
Let's say
It's gonna hurt.
Right?
All right, yeah.
Okay.
Pretend your knee hurts.
Pretend your knee hurts.
It's going to in a second.
Right here.
Oh, that is not pleasant.
Hey, player, this is all yours. This room with this view. This speakeasy with this cocktail. Hey, could you make that too? The spa with this. Ah. And this pool on this roof. This is all for you. The all-new Hamul Casino Resort, now open.
Carlos wants to know if anyone watched House of the Dragon last night. You guys aren't big George R.R. Martin guys. I did watch the season premiere.
You did?
House of the Dragon last night.
What is it?
It's like a Game of Thrones prequel series on HBO.
A prequel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's, It takes place hundreds of years before the Game of Thrones story. But, same families. Targaryens, the actual dragons, though, are breathing fire. And last night's episode, no spoilers, but lots of action to start season 3 of House of the Dragon.
I started and finished a show on Netflix this weekend. I had not seen any of the Outlast shows. Have you guys seen any of them or heard of that?
Outlast.
It's like Netflix's version of Survivor, kind of.
Nope.
Where they put 16 people on. This one took place on an island. Previous seasons have taken place in Alaska.
Okay.
And you have to outlast in the elements. You are pretty much given nothing, but you have to be on a team.
10 minutes.
There's a $1 million prize for the winning team, whether that's
Not
4
enough.
people or 2 people or whatever, because people drop off, people get eliminated. It's a game. They're like, all right, there's a note for the game. Each team has to lose 1 player, pick, stuff like that. And it was pretty crazy, like the mind games that go into it as well. And people are just for $1 million.
It's like Survivor. It's just like Survivor.
Yeah, I mean, there's the shows that are the strategy games like that and Survivor, and then there's, you guys ever watch Naked and Afraid?
Incredible.
Yeah,
which is really just
this is kind of like that.
documenting how they do dropped into the wilderness without even clothes and go like survive now for a few days.
It's like a mix of Survivor and Naked and Afraid, except they have clothes on.
No chance.
And it's pretty nuts. I was watching, they had one, it was like off the coast of Panama, I think, on an island, and then they had the Alaska ones, and I was like, I guess given the two choices, I would take the island. I'd rather be warm or have tropical rain than 30-degree cold.
But the tropical creatures would be
your hog looks bigger, as we learned earlier.
The tropical creatures, the snakes and the lizards and the insects, those would be very unpleasant.
No, I did not. I've not heard of that, and I did not watch that.
I didn't think you did.
No. I tried the original Game of Thrones, and I made it mostly through the first season, and I was intrigued.
Better than I expected.
That little Prince Weasel.
Yeah.
He was
Joffrey.
I heard that guy's life was ruined. The
Yeah,
guy
he
that
was so
played him.
good at playing a bad character that everyone just like
they
instinctively hated him when they saw him.
They couldn't cast him in anything because they're like, this guy, no, it's unlikable. So I did watch some of it when it was all the rage, and then it lost me with a dragon. But like the storylines and stuff were good, but then like a dragon showed up or something, and
you do not like fantasy. You like real
I tried it. I watched the
life.
first like 4 or 5 episodes. I was like, there's a lot of naked people. And
that was like a big selling point. You know, there's a lot of naked women. Like, it's literally a click away anytime I need it. So it's not this. You're not selling me on that.
I don't need to get through the 12th century sausage fest first just to get to the women.
Exactly. I watched a movie. I do this. I've told you guys before. I will get in these weird moods where I just want to watch kind of a bad movie. And I watched a movie called The Neighbor. You know William Fichtner?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's great. And he plays a guy. It's just called The Neighbor. It's on Amazon Prime. It's a few years old. I looked at the reviews. It's like 3.7. But it was like really great acting. So I watched it. It's a guy that neighbor moves in. She's very attractive with her alcoholic, abusive husband. And he starts to fall for her and then throws his whole life away trying to white knight for her. And, you know, you'll see how it ends if you want to go suffer through it. But it was good. I liked it. It was a bad movie that was actually pretty good called The Neighbor. And he's great. I would watch him in anything.
Yeah, he's always solid.
He's incredible. But Fichtner, what's his name?
William
Fichtner. He's fantastic. You know him if you
would absolutely know him if you saw him.
He's in a lot of stuff.
So if you are interested in soccer, we got another World Cup match starting in just a few minutes. Messi and Argentina are back in action. Of course, he had the hat trick in his first game. They're going to play Austria in the first, not Australia, Austria in the first match of the day. 4 matches today, then 4 more tomorrow. And then we get into the final rounds of group play with 6 matches on Wednesday and Thursday.
Speaking of Australia, did we pull that audio?
I did. It's if you want to hear it, it's Paulie's got it. He can pull it out of our
I got it.
Our Twitter chat. But one of the things that you've been seeing a ton, I would say my Instagram has been peppered with videos of foreigners, tourists to the United States talking about eating at U.S. restaurants.
It's so good.
They're all over the place. Everyone's reacting to going to Buc-ee's and getting the barbecue sandwich for the first time.
Waffle House.
Waffle House. And I saw this one, Australian guy at Texas Roadhouse for the first time. It's amazing.
I don't normally go to fancy restaurants, but like I'm in America with my son, so I'm like, let's go to Texas Roadhouse. It's unbelievable. First of all, they give you these peanuts. You can eat as many as you want. She's like, yeah, just take a bag. Then they come out and they put this bread on the table, and I'm like, I didn't order the bread. It's like, oh, that's free. It's like, and she goes, and if you want more bread, we'll just give you more. And this bread it's as nice as bread can possibly be. Like, if you're an Australian, try and picture the most unbelievable bread, like Subway bread. Got this fancy butter. Then they
just to be clear, there's nothing about these rolls that is like Subway bread.
No, Australia Subway
it's
bread
like
is better
Subway
than ours,
bread.
but-
It is not like Subway bread. It's way better.
The Coke, of course, it's America, so it's unlimited refill. And then it was all like ribs and steak and chips. there was an onion that had been deep fried, and you dip it in the sauce. You just leave there so happy. And then Australians are all like, yeah, but in America you've got to tip. No, you don't have to tip. You want to tip. These people are the most wonderful people in the world. I don't even know why you Americans are so angry all the time. You guys have Texas Roadhouse in your country.
It's the greatest.
You should just be walking around wanting to hug everybody.
It's so good. It's so nice. It's the nicest bread.
Nice.
And I'm sitting here going, I've been to Australia. I don't remember them not having good food.
I know they eat Vegemite.
They do.
It's not great. Pretty gross, actually.
I say that I've never tried it, but I've smelled it.
I smelled it.
That was enough for me.
Plenty.
Vegemite sandwich.
Bread will just give you more. And this bread it's as nice as bread can possibly be. Like, if you're an Australian, try and picture the most unbelievable bread, like Subway bread. Got this.
I think
Subway
bread. It's nos.
I do feel like there should be more Texas Roadhouses. There's only the one near us, and it's jammed. There's a line out the door.
Time.
You have to go to dinner at like
78
4.
there, and
we tried not too long ago, and we pulled up. We pulled up stakes.
You can go online and put your name in early.
Yeah,
it helps you a little bit, maybe. Yeah, because my kids love it. So
it's so good. I love the travel videos and people coming here and finding some things that most Americans kind of turn their nose up at, right?
Right.
I'm sitting next to one right here.
It's good to be reminded sometimes of the things you take for granted.
You got it pretty good.
That other people realize, hey, this is pretty cool, and you don't even think about it that often.
For sure.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, let's take a quick look ahead at the series. The Padres Braves starts tonight, back home after the 9-game road trip. Game 1 will be Grant Holmes on the mound for the Braves against Michael King. Just waiting for Michael King to look like Michael King. Will this be the night? It's a 7:00 game because it's an ESPN game.
What?
At least according to ESPN. I was trying to see if it was also on Padres.tv or if Don and Mud got the night off on MLB.com. It didn't mention it, so it might only be ESPN tonight. I'm not sure. Not 100% sure, but it'll definitely
listening to
be on one
Jesse
of the
Agler.
two for sure. And you can listen to Jesse Agler, who will, by the way, join us tomorrow at 8:35 on our SDCCU fan hotline. It's not Big Bang Banking, it's better. Tomorrow's game is J.R. Ritchie for the Braves against Griffin Canning. That's a 6:40 normal start time.
J.R. Ritchie going to look like J.R. Richard against this team.
On Wednesday, old friend Martin Perez will take on Randy Vasquez at 5:40. So it's not a day game. It's just an hour earlier for the getaway day on Wednesday. Ronald Acuna Jr. still on the injured list.
Yes.
Braves haven't been playing quite as well lately, but make no mistake, this is a very good Braves team.
They are very good.
Yeah, and they're going to be mad. Remember what happened last year? They came into Petco Park. Padres swept them all 4 to start the season last year in a 4-game sweep. So, yeah, I don't think that's what I'm hoping for. What are you hoping for in this homestand?
Oh, my God. 3-3.
3-3.
Oh, my God.
Like,
3
take
and
that
3?
right now.
Oh, dude. Sign up
and then
for
they
3
go
and 3?
to Chicago and Los Angeles for 7.
Yeah.
So you're thinking 3 and 4 there would be amazing.
Incredible.
Which means if the Padres get through the next 2 weeks and are still a game above 500.
Are they 2 now or
they're 2
what?
now.
2. Yeah.
So if they play the next 2 weeks in 6 and 7,
sold.
We consider that a win, right?
Sold.
And
remember you said that, though.
And you're 500 going into us hopefully slightly, easier second half of your schedule because that'll take them to past the midway point of the season.
I am so signing up for 3 and 3.
You're not looking for 5 and 1 here. You're just signing up for 6 and 7 over the next 2 weeks. Absolutely. 6-7.
6-7.
Yeah. But, there's also the possibility of 1-12, which is definitely not that would be the season ender.
Yeah.
You've just got to avoid having your season go completely off the rails.
Yeah.
For the next couple of weeks.
This
it's a dangerous
such
time.
a huge stretch coming up for this team. So strap in.
You haven't played that well at home. You're 500 at home.
Yep.
You need to have a good homestand.
Do you think we'll know after the next, what did you just say?
13 games.
After the next 13 games, will we know if this team's going to be a buyer or seller?
No.
They're going to be a buyer. Knowing what they're
if they do go 1 and 12, they will be pushing themselves toward being sellers.
Yeah, I remember saying it last week. I still feel it this week. It just kind of feels like this purgatory-like feeling with this team where I'm
on
like,
the edge.
I don't. There's been teams in the past where I'm like, hey, this team is right there. They're on the brink. Like, believe in this team. Go out, get whoever you can to help, push them over the edge. I'm not really feeling it right now with this team. I don't feel like they're one or two players away from, going on some insane run.
You got to show me something, man.
But
I think you got to show us something.
This hovering, win 3, lose 4, win 2, lose 3, like this back and forth kind of hovering right around 500. That doesn't help anything one way or the other, buyers or sellers.
They're grinding. I mean, they are grinding. They're staying, 2 games above 500, again, shades of 23, which is tough. It's tough. You just, they're so not reluctant, but they won't go on a run. Like they just refuse to go on a nice 5, 6, 7 gamer right now. So again, man, you can only do what you can with the guys that are injured or guys that are healthy. But starting pitchers got to pitch better, and the offense needs to show up. And they tried to take some of the burden away on Friday night, and they should have. That should have been an easy dub. You didn't knock DeGrom out. You let him stick around for 5 2/3 or whatever, and no foot on the throat. You gotta show us something.
Arturo says, I've been watching this team since 1976. This is the most enigmatic team ever. I still give that to 2023.
Oh yeah,
but this is, as you said, Woods, kind of similar vibes to that season.
No, I stole that. That's not a Woods original. I stole that from somebody.
They refuse to get on a roll.
Yeah.
They're just treading water right now, but we'll take that over the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly.
Keep treading. That's all you can kind of hope for.
Don't fall off the cliff, man. That's it. All right, ringing endorsement, by the way. Don't fall off the cliff.
Don't fall off the cliff starting tonight. We will come back tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. to talk all about it. And again, Jesse Agler will join us at 8:35. But that is it for us this morning. Braden and Frank coming up next. Frank spent all weekend out at the NASCAR race. He was in 7th heaven. I saw him out there. So happy. For executive producer Paul Reindl, for Stephen Woods, I'm Ben Higgins. Have a great rest of your Monday from all of us here at San Diego's #1 sports station, 97.3 The Fan.